of the trade, there's a place we all know, where stories spill like paint and the real talk flows. Baz and Sean bring the banter again, welcoming all to the Decorators Den. It's the life of a painter, the grit and the strain, the laughter, the learning, the pride and the pain, from pricing and burnout to jobs that go wrong. Every tale finds a rhythm, every struggle a song. New starters, old hands, voices mixing within, sharing truth like color in a freshly opened tin. They talk craft, talk care, talk the weight of the day, talk the mind and the mess, and the art in the trade. And when work feels heavy or you've hit your limit again, you'll find comfort and company in the Decorators Den. So raise your brushes and stories, let the chorus begin. You're never alone in the Decorators Den.
Hello, welcome to the Decorators Den podcast with Baz and Sean. We are proudly sponsored by Spec Coat paintbrushes. You can go and buy some paintbrushes at my brush box. Is it, Sean?
And Top Deck
And
Decorating
Top
Supplies.
Decorating Supplies.
Obviously,
Um,
as you said before, Baz, my brush box and Top Deck don't actually sponsor us. It's only Specco, so Google wherever you can get Specco brushes
Yeah.
and find them
I'm
yourself.
sure you can get them on Amazon as well. So
Exactly, and TikTok shop. And also, I think this episode goes out on the 16th, I think. So hopefully by now we've hit our subscriber goal. So if we have, we'll be announcing when we're going to give that goodie box away. And if we haven't, it must be a couple of subscribers. So
yeah.
hit the subscribe
Well, as
button.
of right now, we're on 291. So
Are we? So
are
we're
very
9
close.
subscribers
We are
away.
very close.
Aye. This week's guest, massive guest this week, is a lass fae Newcastle. She's got over 340,000 subscribers on between Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. She's an Arrowworthy ambassador. Am I right in saying that?
I am.
Yeah. And
I am.
you've maybe also seen her on Interior Design Masters on your TV set. So we're joined by Joanne Hay. How are you, Joe?
I'm good. How are you?
All good.
I'm good, chilled.
Good stuff.
What have you been doing this week in work?
This week I am working for new clients. And it's all open, like staircase, living room, kitchen.
Alright, yeah,
There's
yeah.
just no doors separating anything. So it's good. It's so far so good, but as we all know, the new build style plasterboards are not playing ball.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I can imagine.
And also
Yeah.
the thing of working for new customers as well, innit? I mean, I know
Yeah,
you
because you don't know what
can,
they're like, do you?
you kind of vet your customers to an extent, or you get the red flags, or you get a good feeling about people, but you don't actually know till you go and start working with them whether they're going to be good or no so good. Let's
Yeah.
say. Always
Yeah,
comes.
I mean, I think they followed us on like social media for a while, and then I'm not sure if I've worked for somebody that they know, so it's been a bit of a recommendation anyway.
Yeah.
But no, they've been great. They've been spot
Aye.
on to work for. So
It's not so,
I think
it's
with
not
new-
so bad if somebody follows you on your socials because they can kind of see what you're all about before you
Yeah.
go and work for them. Rather than some
Yeah.
total randomer that you go, oh, I'm on Facebook or I'm on TikTok, and they're just standing there like I've
what?
never seen it, never heard of TikTok. And
Yeah, when people have seen your work, it's so much easier because they know what to expect. And when it comes to pricing, it's kind of like, right,
Aye.
that's why they're pricing it
Yeah.
at this, because they're doing this, they've got all the tapes out, they've got all the prep that they're doing.
Yep.
So they know exactly what you said before. They know what you're all about.
absolutely.
Because that was a
there's
big.
like sometimes
I go on, sorry.
just sometimes I'll get like if I can't go or fit people in or whatever, they'll say, "Can you recommend anybody?" And I always just say, the best thing you can do is ask your neighbours, ask your friends. Even better if you can go in and see the work that they've had done.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Then that's the proof there really that you need.
I think
Plus, I
that's
think if
why
you're
recommended jobs are the best jobs, because they've probably gone to the mate's house,
yep,
seen your work, and then gone, oh fucking hell, what? Who was that that did that? And then they go, oh, it was Joe, da 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 da, or it was Sean,
Yeah.
da 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 da.
I think also if you're in the position where you recommend somebody else, and then they turn out, because I had a good carpet fitter guy that I used to recommend for loads of jobs,
Yeah,
and then one job I recommended him, and he went along and he ripped up flooring, and then he never went back. And I apologised
yeah.
to the people, like I was
I've
like,
done that myself with a
oh,
plasterer.
he's never left me down, and he'd done work for myself at home, and he'd done a couple of jobs
Yeah.
for me that I'd worked on, and I'd recommended him. So I'm even, no matter how good somebody is, you're always a wee bit like apprehensive about recommending them in case they
Yeah.
kind of do that to you.
Because
What about
you
yourself,
don't know
Baz?
what mood they're in that day, do you? They might just be, oh, I can't be out for this, and then they
Yeah.
end up fucking
Exactly.
off and they don't want to come
Aye,
back.
exactly. What about yourself, Baz? What you been up to?
I've been on I've had a bit of a mad week this week, to be honest with you. Been beefing a bit this week, but I've been on a bungalow this week, doing literally the full bungalow, and
Yep.
I actually quoted for the full bungalow, but they thought that price was only 3 rooms, and
Right.
they accepted it. But
Oh.
because I got excited because I got the told tapes, tape and drape and all the masking tape and that, I ended up tape and draping like all the kitchen, started doing all the ceiling and everything, and then they come in and they were like, the kitchen's not included, is it? And I was like, it is now. I've already started painting it. I said, I actually priced for the full bungalow, and she was like, oh, I'm getting more than my money's worth then, because I was happy to pay for 3 rooms for that price. I was like, fuck.
It's like I think we'd spoke about, Baz. That's a win-win because
It is a win-win, because
if you're happy with the money and
Yeah.
she's getting her whole house decorated,
Exactly.
so
So,
everybody's a winner.
what about
I'm
you,
actually on
Sean?
a
What
wee,
have you been on?
I'm on a wee granny flat as well, a wee bungalow granny flat as well, and the plaster is absolutely brutal. But
Yeah.
it's the normal now, innit? It's
Yeah, it is. Do you
become
know
the
what?
norm. Just
It's shit that it's becoming the new normal, though, innit?
innit.
Like, because there was a decorator that has said to me, because I put a joke online, that I'm letting the trade down, but when you see plasterers doing shit where, not even necessarily just plasterers, like joiners, fucking, because Mike at Decorators Forum, he put a picture on before of some shocking joinery work,
Right.
and you're like, it's people doing actual bad work that he's letting trades down,
Aye.
not posting a joke
Honestly,
online. Like,
I back painters and decorators to the hilt. I think we're the
we're the
heroes of the
backbone
trade
of every
because
trade,
we
I
get
reckon.
literally left everything. Yeah, so
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the amount of things that I've had to turn my hand to just to get a job done is just unbelievable.
Yeah,
And it's just like, even like, I know that there's some brilliant plasterers, there's brilliant joiners, there's
yep,
brilliant decorators, but this whole thing of like, and we hear it all the time, if you can piss, you can paint. I know you'll have spoken about this loads of times, but
yep.
when I've stood in front of some plastering or joining, I'm like, how have they walked away and got paid for that?
do you know what? I was saying that the other week, because when you're seeing how shit, like it, even when you, sometimes plaster looks good and then you miscoat it and then you go, oh, that's actually shit.
Yep.
A lot of the
Yeah.
time, even before you miscoat, you just look at it and you go, how have you been paid for that? But you're
Yeah.
going to
Exactly.
scrutinise every little thing that I do.
But even something simple like I actually put a lot of it down to pure laziness.
Yeah,
It's literally people just can't be bothered. It's like sockets being totally plastered into the walls, and it's literally like
Yeah.
held on. And you think like, I mean, we are loosening sockets off to wallpaper, for example. You don't need to be an electrician to take a socket off the wall and
innit?
screw it back on. But do plasterers know his, or some decorators, do they not have screwdrivers? Like
Innit?
it's in it. It's pure. It's literally pure laziness. Like so.
And what I always say as well, like as much as many trades will want to take the piss in that, we are the finishing trade because
Yeah,
until a room or a house is professionally decorated, it is not finished. It's never finished.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
So, and it doesn't matter what the joinery looks like, what the plastering looks like, because nobody actually cares until they see it decorated. And
Yeah,
if it
yeah,
was shit joinery, shit plastering, they go, well, why didn't the decorator fill that?
yeah,
Why didn't
exactly.
they?
exactly.
But
We
do you
can't
know
turn
what, Sean?
round and
I'm
wait.
gonna
Sorry,
actually,
Baz.
I'm gonna actually big you up here because I saw that plastering video before, and it was absolutely horrendous. And then obviously Sean's had the marker on it and done everything that he's needed to do, and it's spot on, like absolutely. I'm
But
sure why
see,
when Sean's there, you can probably see little imperfections or
but
whatever.
see,
But
my issue, Baz. My issue was 3 months ago. I went and priced that work, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to have it freshly plastered." And this is a lady maybe in her 70s, 80s, like,
yeah,
right? There was electrician going to be moving sockets, and the whole place will be ready, freshly plastered for you. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, it'll be nice surface. You allow for X amount of days mist coating and ceilings to be finished, and you don't allow for bad plaster work in here to fix it. And because it's an older lady, see if it had been a millionaire's house, right? Or I would have maybe went to them and said, listen, look at the state of this plaster. I'm going to need to fix it. I would be telling your plaster to get back and fix it.
yeah.
Or if I have to fix it, it's going to cost you more money, right? But because it's a
Yeah.
80-year-old lady, I
You
don't
feel
feel like
guilty a bit, don't you? You're
so,
like,
so
oh, I can't.
I'm no charging for fixing it,
Yeah,
right? But and I've actually no made that. I made a big fuss on my TikTok, my Facebook post, but I didn't actually make a big fuss to her. I just said, "Oh, I'll hate to do a bit of work down there," and it took probably an extra day to try and get it fixed and filled. And it's no easy, but I feel bad because the plasterers left at 80-year-old, 78-year-old
yeah.
women with plaster like that. But then
And
then I'm
probably
hitting
charge
it
top
right.
dollar for it as well.
100%, 100% they did. Ken, so it's just a shit situation for
Yeah.
everybody, a situation. Right, well, we're getting into some quick fire questions.
Yeah, go on.
Are you
Sean's
ready,
favourite
Joe?
part.
That's not one of the
I'm ready.
questions, by the way. Painter or decorator?
Decorator.
Powder or ready mix?
Powder.
Ladder or hop up?
Oh, wait. Ready mixed what?
There's no way. It's just that we only get
No
what we put out
context,
there.
that's all you get.
Zero context.
I'll go powder then. Next.
Ladder or hop up?
Hop up.
Favorite brush?
Arrowworthy Classic.
Good choice. How many inches?
Depends how I feel on the day.
Well, that's fine.
No, yeah.
Laser, spirit level, or plumb line?
Mm, If I really want to be sure, I'll go for a plumb line.
Ooh, we'll come back to that. Most important thing in your lunchbox?
Well, I don't actually take a lunchbox because I don't really eat much during the day because I just want to go to Kip straight after. So it's usually like a protein bar, stuff like that.
Interior or exterior?
Interior every time.
Oil based or water based?
Water based every time.
Left handed or right handed?
Ambidextrous. I can
Oh,
use both.
one tool you'd cry if you lost.
One what? Tool?
One tool you'd cry if you
Yeah.
lost.
Probably me hands.
Never had that answer before.
That's a brilliant answer, by the way, isn't it? Sand by hand or whip out the sander?
Of course, dustless sand, but you've got to go back to the traditional methods when you have to.
Marker or Festool?
Festool, only because I haven't had any experience with Merca.
What's worse, runs or roller lines?
Runs.
Mask up or cut in freehand?
Always cut in, but it depends on the job.
Dust sheets or fancy protection?
I mean, the fancy protection is just more convenient sometimes.
Synthetic or pure?
Synthetic.
Ladders or scaffolding?
Ladders, I'm not doing out up scaffold. I can't be bothered with that.
Paint with silk or strip wood chip?
Oh, give us a minute on that one. Nah, I'll take the wood chip.
And the final question, and widely regarded as the toughest question, Baz or Sean?
Oh. I'm not sure. I genuinely don't know. I've had
That's
more.
fine.
There's no right or wrong answer though, would there?
I know what to swear you off, but I'm losing by 3 points right now, so...
Give him a point, Joe. Don't be tight.
Plumb line, let's come back to the plumb line. Is that... Well, obviously, we'll come on to some of this through your questions, but do you prefer the more traditional plumb line? Obviously, it's a fail-safe, really, and it's foolproof.
Yeah.
You're not going to hate, like, you can't bang a spirit, you can bang a spirit level, and knock it, and it's never level again. And obviously, lasers are technology, so is that the reason behind why the plumb line's your pick?
Yeah, because especially like say again like say new build staircases, the plasterboards and stuff are just. But even still, in those kind of areas, you can't always rely on a level either. Right? You can't really put it anywhere to make sure that it's spot on,
Yep.
like a laser. So depending on the job, I will always revert just to the plumb line, and that I know it's going to be spot on.
Yep. And I would have been very surprised if you would have picked any other brush bar an Arrowworthy, by the way. If being an Arrowworthy ambassador, if you had come out with Paint Warrior Badger, I would have been absolutely gobsmacked, by the way. But I knew you were a Festool lass because I followed your recent big project that you've been doing with the panel on the staircase. And honestly, your Festool must have been on that job for about a week. Massive amount of prep in it.
No matter how much.
The RTS is in therapy as we speak.
No matter how much the Festool cost, she's definitely had the money's worth on that job.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Let's put
Did-
some
did you
graft
see-
in.
Did you see that job, Baz?
I've
Yep,
seen it,
with
yeah.
the panel now. It's like,
Yeah.
was it like floor? It was floor to ceiling panel, wasn't it?
It was like, yeah, pretty much, yeah. There's a bit like a bit around the top, but it was like the original. There's like detail in the top, and it was just like, oh God. But it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I allowed the time. I allowed the time for the prep.
You
because
need
it
to though,
needed
don't
it.
you? You need to.
Yeah, and it was one of them jobs where I wouldn't be kind of going back and forth with the client to like, can you do it in this many days? It's like, this was it. It was either this or I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just
And-
couldn't
and-
rush it, and they were like, yeah, that's absolutely fine.
And if we followed it, we kind of going back to what we were saying at the start there, like another decorator before you, or possibly the clients that had owned the house before your clients right now hadn't used the proper primers or adhesion primers or whatever on the surface first, which obviously just turns your work in. You need to then sand it back to ensure your own work, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
so, aye.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, when I went to quote the job, they said they hadn't done anything. Like, I think they'd only been in the house about a year or so. They're just slowly working their way through. And they said it was this that like kind of sold the house for us. Like, this is why we bought it. We'll love it, but we just cannot tackle it on our own.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I've seen, like around the light switches as it gets a bit grubby, you can see where the paint was coming off and stuff.
Yeah.
So I knew what I was looking at already.
Yep.
But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was really prep heavy, but I'm glad I got to spend the time.
That
I
bung-
get
do what I
putting
need
it
to
to putting it to your standard, exactly.
I haven't uploaded the video yet, but that bungalow that I've been on this week, the hallway, all the wood has just been glossed, over glossed. No,
Yep.
no prep, no undercoat, no nothing. And as people have like, say like a telephone wire and they have it
Aye.
pinned to the woodwork.
Oh
Obviously,
God, yeah.
they've took the wire off, and it was just like a mountain, just obviously where the wire had been, and it was just
Yep.
honest to God. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh.
Started sanding it, it's all flaking off because it hasn't been primed or anything.
Oh.
And it was like, wow. But I haven't uploaded that video yet, but yeah.
Aye, that's. I mean, so,
I've had to proper fill it all out, make it go back to the original bloody shape it was.
Oh,
It was,
God.
aye.
yeah.
Those are the jobs where I stand there and think, do I really need this? Do
Yeah.
I really need this
You
job?
start
Listen.
contemplating, don't you? You're like, oh,
Too
God.
late for a career change or something, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Shall we shoot over to the question, Sean?
Yep, go for it, Baz.
Lovely stuff. So, how did you first get into painting and decorating, and what attracted you to the trade?
Believe it or not, I didn't want to be a decorator. I wanted to be a vet.
Oh, did
Right.
you?
This is where I'm at.
Do you know what? There's
Yeah,
been
when
a
I was
few people that
when I was
said
growing up.
originally they didn't want to be. Same with you, actually, Sean.
I
Wasn't
wanted to
going
be
to
a
be a
chef.
decorator, like.
Wanted to be a chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
So
like
what?
something I always wanted to do growing up. But
What got you into decorating then?
so my dad's a decorator as well.
Oh, is he? Yeah,
But he's, I mean, he can do, they say a handyman, he can literally do everything.
yeah,
But his trade is decorating, and that's what I knew most about. So when I wanted a kind of a trade to fall back on, that was my plan. Um, and that's what I knew most about. But when I went through my apprenticeship and everything, I was the only girl at the time to actually finish the whole apprenticeship.
yeah.
And then I was thinking, like, I don't know of any other female decorators in Newcastle, so this is my chance really to
Yeah. May as well
make a
put
go
it
of
to your
it. And
benefit, aren't you? Yeah.
yeah, and that's where it went from there.
Very nice.
And
So,
and I think female wise now it's quite common. Like it's
yeah,
more and more. That's probably one of the good things about it.
it,
Obviously, it's Women in Construction Week this week, as I think we've got one of the questions
Yeah.
later on for it.
it's
But
definitely good
we had
seeing it become more diverse now. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Georgie Roberts on the podcast before Christmas, well before
yeah,
Christmas, in fact, and it was quite interesting. Before we had her on, I looked into some of the numbers of the females in the trade, and the numbers, the percentages, sorry, are creeping up. Like,
yeah,
and I think the numbers are actually kind of false right now because there's a lot of old men still in the trade, and obviously the old men who are the next 10, 15 year will retire or die or
yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? And and sorry to my
Obviously,
dad, by the way,
no,
sorry to my dad when he retires, by the way, but that will push the numbers up,
yeah,
and
definitely.
Yeah.
just naturally, like so.
It's
I
them old,
so
it's them old men hanging on for dear life.
in it the
Fuck off.
dinosaur decorators. Eh?
Yeah.
So, would you say there's someone specific, like a mentor or family member, like your dad maybe, who helped influence how you work today?
My dad absolutely, like, I mean, he taught us so much, and I knew a lot. Obviously, his ways of working when I first started as an apprentice. But my two, like, tutors, Chris and Gary, I wouldn't be where I was today without them.
Yeah.
Like, even
Right.
after, when I finished my apprenticeship, I was then employed by the organisation to try and encourage more girls in
Yeah,
for
that's
training.
Right.
yeah,
And I still worked alongside them, and I'm still good friends with them today.
yeah.
So
It's like Sean
they've been
said
a
earlier.
massive.
Sean said early on in the podcast, he actually thinks female decorators are better than men.
I'll always stick by that.
And
I said
I think you've said
when
it
I
a few
went and done
times.
I was at quite a small college, so there was no. I was like, I think it was about 8 decorators at the college that I went to, right? And obviously, I kind of joined. I was a wee bit late, so I had lost my job in the 2008 recession. and I went. My dad was a decorator, and my grandfather was a decorator, and I went into the decorating trade late. So I was already maybe 20-ish, maybe just under 20. I've always maybe decorated a bit, like with my dad or with my grandfather when I was a young kid, but
Yeah.
never did it as a profession or learned. And when I went to college, sorry, there was no girls in Dumfries College, but because I was that wee bit older, I was a kind of bit like the same as you'd said yourself there, Joanne. That I felt like I learnt stuff off my dad, but my dad's more old school. That's probably the politest way to put it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same with
But
mine.
and I'm not going to say it's rough, but it's no the quality, Ken, when you're dustless sanding and all this
Yeah.
stuff. I hate to be careful what I say
Yeah.
because my dad watches the
Yeah.
or my mum watches a podcast and she'll clipe on me, right? But when I went to Dumfries College, and because I was maybe 2 or 3 years older than the rest of the lads that were there, I was really focused on becoming a good decorator and I was really interested in it, right? And so I got Apprentice of the Year. And when I went away to the Scottish, because I think you get like a representative goes for Dumfries College and one goes for Ayr College, and our college, every college over Scotland then comes together at South Lanarkshire and they do like a Apprentice of the Year competition with every college to decide who's the Scottish Apprentice of the Year. And when I went, a girl was first and a girl was second, and they were just so far above. And I always say the reason I always say girls are better than boys at decorating is because girls can multitask.
Yeah.
They
Point
boy,
proven, Joe's ambidextrous.
exactly. There's the thing. Boys have like horse blinkers on.
Yeah.
We can focus on
Yeah.
Like
one
what's
thing
in
at a
front
time,
of you.
right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I worked with a Polish girl when I went and worked for the construction company, and she's to this day she's still the best decorator I've ever worked with in all my life. And I'm a bit like sporadic when I'm decorating. I'm doing a ceiling and then I walk to get something and I'm like, oh shit, hey, I forgot to fill that, and I'm
Yeah.
filling
See, I'm
some.
like that.
Whereas she was like systematic. She was like a robot. She everything Ken was done in a system, and she was brilliant for me to work with because she was a perfectionist and she was like everything was immaculate.
Yeah.
So it really made me up my standards. So that's the only reason I'll always say women are better than men, and especially I'm only saying decorating. I'm a better cook than my wife, by the way. I'm a better cook, so I'm not saying they're better in every facet of life.
I think as well, if when it comes to it, it's women are naturally a bit more patient.
Yeah.
I just think naturally we are. So
Yep.
if you were put on a job where you could go in, you could just blast it out. Anybody can do that. But if you're put in a situation and you're said, be patient, take your time, do this, do that. I could happily do that, but I know there's a lot of lads that are just like, nah, in, out. I want to be on the next one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think a lot of that comes into it as well, just like the patient
definitely.
side of it.
I think we're too not that the jobs are rushed, but we're too eager. We're kind of like, right,
Yeah.
let's get that done and let's get that done. And whereas you can maybe say, all right, I'm patient enough to, right, I need to wait for that. I can do maybe something else while I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll be
But
like
don't get me
trying to,
wrong,
I'll
I
be
am
trying to
like
do
that.
like 10 different things, trying to go.
And
Yeah.
I think
Don't get
as
me
well,
wrong, like I am like that as well.
I think as well that a good thing for me has been the social media side of stuff. Obviously, we'll come on to a bit like that later on too. But seeing how good other people's work is, and I'll never be as good as I'm getting name drop him again. Golden Hand Sergey is his name, something like that. And my work, I could be a decorator for 1,000 years, and it'll never be as good as his work.
See,
And
Yeah.
there's just some people that are they're just always going to be a level above me, and I'm fine with that. I know my work's good. It's good standard. It's better than a lot of people in my area.
yeah,
It's probably worse than some people as well. By
Yeah.
the way, I'm not saying I'm the best decorator in the world, but I like to think that I'm a bit better than average. If that's a really really bad way of putting myself in there. A bit
like,
better than average.
do you know what though? Like I've been in my local decorating centre and a few places, and I hear the little whispers and stuff that go around, and they'll say, "Oh, they think that you're the best one around," and I'm like, "What?" Because I share the stuff I share on
Yeah.
social media. Absolutely not. Like, I know I'm better than a lot, but I know there's so many that I follow as well on social media who their work is like
Yep.
next level, and credit where it's due. And I can hold my hands up and say, yeah, I'm not producing that. Like,
Yeah.
Aye.
Well, again,
do you know what I mean?
I love seeing people do absolutely like them perfect jobs where you're like, wow, that is incredible. It makes me want to do better. It makes me
Exactly.
try harder.
And
Raises
Whereas,
the standards.
that's what it should
Aye.
be. Yeah.
Yep.
but there's so many people out there now, like you've just been on about then, Joe. Whereas they're like, oh, they think they're the best. And you're like, I don't think I'm the best. I'm just doing the best that I can do. Like that's
Yep.
all I'm doing.
Literally that. Yeah, that's it.
And I'm showing people what I'm doing. If you think I think I'm the best, then you must think I'm better than you because
Well, that's it. Yeah, but that is it. Like, so if you think that of me, then there's something in you that
yeah,
you're
you're not
I'm
happy with your
intimidating you for some
Aye.
reason. Yeah.
Inferiority complex or
yeah.
something like that, innit?
We've
It's
touched
like,
on that
It's
before.
just like,
aye.
if anything, and like everybody else is doing as well, if we're pushing in the same direction, we're trying to better the trade, we're trying to weed out the little cowboys and stuff like
Yeah,
that who won't put in the work that we do. And when you show what you're actually doing and what goes into a job, it helps potential clients understand a quote as well.
yeah,
Aye, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
that's why it takes that long, because that's
Aye.
what they're doing.
yeah,
Because if they're getting two quotes and one's 600 quid to do a Holstein landing and one's £3,500 to do the Holstein landing, and they're thinking like, why is your quote three
You'd
and a
want to
half
know the
grand?
difference,
yeah,
yeah.
Aye, exactly. And
Yeah.
the reason why my quote's 3.5 grand is because the quote for £600, they're sanding nothing, they're coming in, they're painting it, and if you walk in the door and look, it's going to look okay, but as soon as you start walking around and looking, it's like, or
yeah,
you knock a wall, the paint's falling off, or
yeah,
whatever, like you say, around about
Mhm.
switches. Aye, so it's a good way of putting it, like try to raise this, because I look even at like I'm going to take a particular job there, but Kev Paintwater, when he glossed the ceiling black, I seen the video recently. I've seen
yeah,
it was
Oh
ages
yeah,
ago,
that looked amazing.
but
Yeah.
he showed the process of what he did to gloss it black, right?
yeah,
And there was about 10 steps, and
yeah,
it got me thinking like, I fancy maybe glossing my downstairs toilet ceiling black, right? Just to see if I could date that as good,
yeah, to
because
that
it
level.
literally was like priming it, filling it, sanding it, priming it again, fine surface filler. He had his black gloss in the slow cooker.
Yeah,
I was like, that just shows you how much attention to detail some people are prepared
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go to.
yeah,
And if you were to get in and say,
But I was sitting like lying on my sofa, eating me like bag of Doritos or something, and I first ever seen that video, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I have like that again. That's a next level finish. Like, I'm just not doing it.
yeah,
see, what I was thinking though was that imagine a customer said to you, right, Joe, I want my ceiling in my bathroom gloss black, right? And you were to use the same process as what Kev did, right? And you were to say, oh, about £1,000 I'll do it, right? And the customer they'd be like
like,
this.
what?
Hold on, boys, I get a chance to use my chair here. And they'd fall off their chair, right? But then if you showed them that video and said, "There's why it's £1,000 because that's where your ceiling's going to look,"
Yeah.
they
And just
can
think
understand
now,
it. So,
but now that you've seen that standard, you're gonna do everything in your power to get to that standard,
exactly.
innit?
So
Like, I would try. Absolutely,
That's what
absolutely,
I
I would
mean.
try, but I'd probably be absolutely like blowing up Kev's DM saying, "What is going on?" Like, I
Right,
cannot get
what's my next step, Kev?
How can I not
What am I
get my
doing now,
first good
Kev?
finish?
Yeah.
So Joanne, training wise, I take it when you're mentioning about your lecturers, I take it were like a standard apprenticeship college. Did you ever do any like site work, or was it more domestic stuff you did like with your dad or with a company?
Yeah, I went out with my dad's company, and we've done a lot of like um flats and like accommodation stuff like that. It was like, and at that point, I was like, this is gonna make or break me because it was like hundreds of flats to mist coat to prime. It was just repeat, repeat, repeat for weeks and weeks, and then blasted them out, and like the company was absolutely over the moon with it, and I've done a few little other bits and pieces, and then I can't remember if I went out with anybody else, and then just finished me rest in the training centre, and then that's when they called a meeting, and they were like, you're due to finish your apprenticeship in so many weeks. Would love to talk to you about employing you and kind of using you to try and encourage more girls in. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Exactly what you want to
So
be
I've
doing,
done
really, isn't
Do
some.
you
it?
know what though? Real life work, so apprenticeships, working with people in general,
Hmm.
that really weeds out for the first few years of decorating. That really weeds out the people who want to do it
Oh yeah.
and who doesn't want to do it, because how, like, when you first start, it's so boring because you're not trusted enough to do anything straight away, and you're waiting.
But I said to these, I said to this, I said to this, the college, I was like, I will take you up on the offer, but I want to be able to take out girls onto real life work.
Yeah,
Like get them straight out, not in a training centre. I want to get them straight out within the first few days,
yeah,
just doing the basics, like not taking on any jobs that are too much. Like, and to be fair, it wasn't long before we lost a few. I think there's
yeah,
Yep.
only one that actually did.
yeah. Because
But that that
them
would
early days, you're doing a lot of sanding, you're doing a lot of, like,
Yeah.
day in day out, and there's nothing else you can't just say straight away, right, grab a brush.
no,
Do you know what I
Yeah.
no.
mean? So
It's,
it's kind of like you've got to edge them towards that. You can't just
yep,
throw them in the
Being in the
deep end.
training
That
centres, yeah, being in the training centre, there's a lot of leeway. There's like, it's all pretend, but you've still got to pretend that somebody lives there and all that
yep,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
I was taking them out and going, first thing you do, you've got to think about getting the sheets down, think about any potential noise, is anybody going to be in during the day when you're working, that kind of thing. And some of the girls just they couldn't deal with that without even starting work yet.
yeah,
yep. And I mean, you're saying obviously taking girls out and like only one lasted or whatever. It's the exact same with boys. And the construction company that I ended up working for after a certain time, I think they had a ratio that they went through six. So I'll just say apprentices because I'm sure they did take on some girls as well. Um,
Hmm.
they weren't just a paint and decorating firm. They were a construction company, right? But
Hmm.
they had a ratio of six boys before they found one boy that would stay. So they would take on six and six would leave before
yeah.
they got one
Before
on
they get,
average. Like
yeah.
so, it just
Yeah.
shows you
Well,
it's.
I'll give you a good example. So I've mentioned Magic Decorating before. I don't know if you know him,
I don't know.
but he's a great guy, does great work. I think he deserves a lot more followers than he's got. But I've followed him since a few weeks since he started it. But I
Hmm.
think 2 weeks ago he took on an apprentice. Obviously,
Hmm.
he was there a day. Obviously, did a video. He was introducing like this is such and such a person. He's been sanding. He's been doing. The day after, he said, "I'm on my own now. If anyone's looking for an apprenticeship," and I was like, "He's done
It
one
didn't
day's
last.
work." Like, but again, that's weeding out the people who really want to do it and who don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But
Um,
there's also like, but on that too, very relevant point here. But say you're taking on an 18-year-old right now, right? You go out to the job centre or whatever tomorrow. You're going into college and say, right, I'm ready. I'm going to take an apprentice on. Who you got for me? Or um, we've got Barry there. He's 18 year old. He's ready to work. You have to pay Barry £12.51, right? He's maybe never. He's a labourer. £12.51 is minimum wage for an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Or boy or girl, obviously. £12.51 is a lot of money to be paying somebody that's going to stand and watch you
Yeah.
for the majority of the day, or you're going to send go and get me a screwdriver out the van, go and get me put some masking tape around these curtains.
Well, again, I had Ethan, and he spent probably 60% of the time on the toilet, about 10% time on the phone. He was taking an hour break instead of half an hour, knowing it was half an hour, and then getting paid a full day's work for not doing a full day's
Yep.
work. And I was like,
See, I just
what the
don't deal with that very well.
Yeah. Well, do you know what it was, Joe? So, my oldest comes to work with me sometimes, like in the summer holidays and stuff like that, and he'll come and help me. Now, this was, when would you say this was, Sean? It was before Christmas, wasn't it? About October, November time.
Yep.
The kids had a little holiday, a little break from school. My youngest went back before my oldest, so my oldest came to work with me, and I had Ethan with me. And my 12-year-old was going, right, Dad, I've done that now, what do you want me to do? And Ethan was stood there on his phone, waiting for me to tell him what to do.
Aye.
And I've you've been with me for months, and I've got a 12-year-old saying, right, what do you want me to do now, Dad? I've done that. And I'm like, that's what really pushed it for me. And I was
Yep.
like, right, you're obviously not interested.
Like, don't get me wrong, I could do with like another 4 or 5 pairs of hands, but that doesn't ease the work or the stress.
No.
It actually
No.
doubles it
Yeah, it does.
for a lot
Yep.
of the time. And I'm just like so busy doing other things that I can't fully commit my time to an apprentice anyway.
Yeah.
But again, trying to go, if you were to go into a college now or somewhere, you're not getting the same level of apprentice that you would get like when we were apprentices.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's just, they don't want to graft, they don't want to do the hard work. If they can sit and play, on YouTube and make all this money.
Yeah.
But I've done a couple of, I was invited to go to talk in like Newcastle College. I spoke to their apprentices. I spoke to the girls in there that asked how long I've been doing it. And I knew as soon as I spoke about social media, that eyes just lit up like that.
Yeah.
And they're more
And they were like,
interested in that. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
But I was like, but I've used my trade for social media.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I'm not an influencer. I'm nothing like that. I says if social media was to disappear tomorrow, I've got my graft to fall back on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I says what I've done over
Who did
the
that bubble
however
top?
many years.
How have you done that?
What was
That
that?
was amazing.
I know. Have
Did you
you
see
done?
that?
You just got a little thumbs up.
You got like a wee bubble that came up your head where like a
Do that again,
like-
Joe. Do that again.
Did I click my fingers or something? Don't know.
I don't know
I
how
don't know,
you've
it
done
re-
that, but that was cool.
that was it really put it really threw me off. Like, I actually thought I was tripping there for a second.
Yeah, so I was just like, I don't. Everything I've done over the last few years is I'm reaping the rewards of it now, and like through social media,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
experiences I've got, the opportunities I've had. I says, yeah, it's social media is used more and more nowadays, and it's going to be used a lot more. But
You've got to
if it
kind of
disappears, I'm going to work.
you've got to kind of master the craft to be able to show good work.
Yep.
Like,
You hate to get the trade first. You need the
Yeah.
trade before you do anything else. So it kind of
Yeah.
leads on to a question which has kind of partly been answered there. But what skills do you think are most important for somebody starting out in decorating today?
I think just being open to learning all the time, just advancing. I think it's the same with any trade though. Just be open to training more, learning more, asking questions, going to the likes of trade shows, networking, all of this sort of stuff, podcast stuff like that, because you're getting to know a lot more people who are just at different levels of their businesses and decorating.
Because I think
I
that
personally think
Sorry, I was just going to say, I think technology moves on so compared
Yeah.
to when us three started.
Yeah.
It was quite like you've got oil based, you've got this for that, and you've got that for that, and it was very like black and white. You
Yeah.
know exactly what you're
I was
using
never
and what
taught with a
purpose.
laser level. I was always taught with a plumb
I
bob
was,
and a spirit level.
But you've got so much now, like you've got Zinzer guards, and you've got like Peel Stop, and you've got
Yeah, there was
Smith
not.
and Rogers products, and you've got anti-mold paint. You've got scrubbable matte. Like imagine scrubbable matte when we were
Yeah, in it.
apprentices. You never had to touch silk, innit?
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
Ken,
that's what it always was, wasn't it? If someone
silk,
wanted something
eggshell.
wipeable, it was always right silk.
Aye,
And
innit?
that's why
Yep.
when you go into older people's houses, generally, it's always silk.
Yep.
And generally, a lot of the time, they ask for silk because that's what they know. And you're
Well,
like, well,
actually,
there's actually scrubbable mat now if you like
I
mat.
always tell them, listen, I've got this stuff. I can put it in your house. I don't even think about the customers now. Like I'll tell them, like this is what you're getting, and
Yeah,
if it ever fails in you, come back to me because
yeah,
it'll never fail. It's bulletproof. Like
yeah,
Crown Clean Extreme, I swear by it.
yeah, I do.
Right, and I always use it in majority of my jobs. I love the finish of it. I love how flat it dries, and it never flashes. You maybe sometimes need to allow for a third coat. You can sometimes put it in with your pricing, but only older customers will say to you, "I'll put this stuff on for you. You can scrub it with a nail brush. You'll never mark it. I'll put it on. If you hate it, I'll change it to silk." And
Yeah,
every single time I've done it, they've loved it. And you don't see any
Yeah.
lumps and bumps on the walls if it's an old house or it's wood chip wallpaper or whatever.
do you
It's
know what? Do you know what I love about the Clean Extreme as well? The opacity with it, unmatched in my eyes.
Juno.
Like,
Have you used Juno
oh yeah,
Pro?
No, not yet.
So Juno sent us out a free trial of their
yeah,
painted try in any colour. I think we both picked white
yeah. We both pit white.
because you're going to use white more often,
Yeah,
and actually surprising how good it was. It's very very thick,
Ve-
like
very thick.
unbelievable. It's like
You do need to dilute it, but so worth it. Like, it's such a good
and
Yeah.
product.
Juno Paint watched the podcast by the way. So why you no sent on out to Joanne yet? So Juno, get some sent
Go
out
on,
to her.
Gino. Do it, do it. Yeah,
No, like in this room, this is just a spare like dressing room, but this is the Valspar Trade Tough Mat.
There's your back.
there
There's
you
your.
go.
Oh, there, see, yeah. I don't
Eh?
know.
I wonder if we get one, Sean.
I want to. I wonder how that worked. It must have been when you
Like
put a
and
thumbs
follow
up
for more.
because you went like this. This is a dressing room, and
Yeah, this is dressing room.
right. Sorry,
No,
we'll
so this
we'll
has
not put
been
you off it
scrubbed.
again.
This has been like scrubbed. It's had the life scrubbed out of it.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. It doesn't like buff up. You can't see where you've wiped.
Yeah.
And I've got the Zinza All Clean in the kitchen,
Right.
and that's same in there as well. That had like the life scrubbed out of that, and
See,
it's
I've
still
not tried
amazing.
that. Zinder all clean.
The
I've
All
tried it.
Clean scrubbable
Have
mat,
you?
yeah.
I've never
And I've
tried it.
also tried Crown. Sorry, Johnston's cleanable mat,
Yeah, I've used that. That.
which is very very
Yeah,
good as well. The
that's good.
durable mat, it was a hit or a miss,
I
but the
think the
cleanable
the
Yeah.
mat,
cleanable is good.
yeah,
Um,
cleanable's really. It's
I
a more
don't.
a matte finish.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
I think.
durable mat, the durable acrylic mat's kind of got it's. They've changed the formula. They must have done because it's
Yeah.
got a slight more. It's got a more sheen look to it now. It's no like flat anymore. It used to be really flat, and it's actually
But
got a
if you
bit.
ask them,
Oh, it's never
but if you
changed.
ask them, we've never changed it.
Yeah,
Aye,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Like I've used it for 10 years, man. You have changed it.
yeah. Was there a moment early on where you thought, right, I've properly found my trade now?
Yeah, I mean, like I have to repeat clients and stuff over the years. Like some of them I don't even say anymore. They just leave a key like 3 times a year. I just don't even see them anymore.
Yep.
So times like that, but also through like the social media and the opportunities that have came from that, it's just like, if you took me back a few years, I would have never have thought I would have been here or meeting this person and having these experiences. And some of the jobs that I've done, I just think like I've nailed this. Like I've given myself the credit for it. But yeah, like just some of the opportunities I've had and stuff, like people trusting me, like the TV stuff. I'm like, that's pressure, but the trust is enough to do it, and I've
Yeah.
delivered. And
Yep.
so yeah.
Good. So what, Barry? Sorry. So this week is Women in Construction Week. How important do you think it is to encourage more women into the trade?
Very important, and not just this week, but it's one of the reasons why I use my platforms the way I do, and
Yep.
just to be a bit of a, not to be so business-like and professional all the time, but just like strip it back a bit and show what I'm about, like on the personal side and stuff like that. So
Yep.
just anybody, like young girls who aren't feeling that confident, can kind of maybe relate to us a little bit.
Yep.
I'm not just so business, social media kind of thing. Like I'm just a lass from Newcastle who's doing
Putting
well, who's
Yeah.
cracking
putting
on.
decorating work online. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I've Baz is going to 100% say here. I say this to every guest, right? But it's between you and Stuart. But I've followed you and Stuart for since the very beginning. When I started TikTok, you and Stuart were already on it. You weren't massive on it at the time, but you were big on it. Let's say, right? I follow you on Facebook, and what I like is that if you're getting, say, a box of freebies for Arrowworthy or whoever, you'll take the freebies and you'll package them up and you'll send them out to like a young female decorator. And I think we did similar, Baz. We sent them out to a couple of people that had messaged the podcast
Yeah.
because we have the same kind of philosophy where we want to make it we want to entice, we want to show the trade for the good side of it and be supportive.
Yeah.
And I think if you get people at grassroots level, like when they're new to the trade and they're getting maybe a load of free stuff, that if you buy like your if you get your first paintbrush, for example, you look after that paintbrush with your life. You take it home every night. You shower with it, as I made a confession.
Sean does.
I took my Hamiltons into the shower when I was a apprentice. That's right, I did. I admitted it. But you look after them. You sand the filler off your scraper, even the handle of your scraper's nice and neat because it's your own. If it's your boss's, your tutor, your mentor's tools, you don't look after them the same. And also like so on your socials, and maybe let's just say about supporting women as well. Like so, you obviously do work for like mates and stuff. So I've seen you over the last 3 years doing like lemongrass and ginger. It's like is it a kind of relaxation therapy thing, or is it like what is it
So it's
physiotherapist?
essentially like a beauty studio. So it's like the massages,
And I also
eyelashes, that sort of
seen
stuff.
on your socials where you were showing like you had a boxing mate that was female. I think you were maybe sponsoring her as well. And I think like
Yeah.
obviously me and Baz want to support every like regardless of gender, as you'll want to support regardless of gender too. But men are so
Oh, of course.
overrepresented. Like men get a lot of men are already in abundance in the trade.
Yeah.
And we obviously it's good to see that you're not just supporting like girls at grassroots, but you're also supporting women in different facets, so different places, Ken. So no, like we're kind of saying there, it's Women in Construction Week, but it's not just about this week. It's about
It's
the
about
other
yeah.
51 weeks of the year as well. Like, and not just about women. It's about
Yeah.
everybody as
Sean's
well.
just all Sean's done there, Joe, is recreated that a dog isn't just for Christmas. A dog is for life. That is what Sean's just recreated.
Well, you've just
Yeah.
compared Women in Construction Week to a dog, and that's us cancelled.
No,
So
Rob.
it was nice. It was nice. Everybody, the podcast was good when it lasted.
No, but it's like you say, when I'm really fortunate, and like, this is the other thing. I get people saying, well, you get everything for free, you get this, like, what difference? Like, I'm still so grateful and blown away when Arrowworthy send me a parcel full of gear that's like worth hundreds of quid,
Yep.
but also there's a lot because we get like a lot of it and they last for a long time. Some of it sits in a cupboard for however long, and if I can
Yep.
just put something small together for an apprentice or not just a girl, a boy, I don't get like I don't have a list of people. If I just come across these people on social
Yep.
media and I see they're grafting, I see they're active, I'll send them out something little and it's just passing it on. Like,
Yeah. And do you know what? They're going
it
to
makes
feel
a difference.
so grateful that they've been recognised by someone like yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yep.
And also as well, it's changing that thing of like you can go into a hardware store and people think that's what decorating is, that's the tools they use, and it's like you wouldn't know a decent brush if you slapped you in the face. So here, try
yeah,
Exactly.
this.
Yep.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's like, if anything, it's pushing the brand, it's pushing the tools, and showing you what quality you'll get with quality products and
But it's
tools.
only
So
been probably the past 2 years maybe that I've even started using Arrowworthy,
Right.
and because I've always used brushes that I've got used to over the years, so I've just rebought them all the time,
But
and
see,
a lot of the time it was Oldfields.
but that's
yeah,
the thing.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Baz, that's like what me and Baz had spoke about was basically like we grew up with Hamiltons and Purdy Monarch Elites, right?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
you stick to what you know
yeah,
because these are the brushes you get with when you're at college. So by us three, like all of us giving away brushes to apprentices at grassroots levels, when they become decorators when they're 35-year old, they're going to
they've
be
already been
already.
using it for bloody
They're
however many
already
years. They're
using
gonna
the
stick with it.
Arrowworthy and
Yeah,
the two fussy blokes and the Specco paintbrush. Hate to plug
yeah.
the Specco paintbrush. Okay,
But
so they're
if you're
already
if
using.
you're in college or doing an apprenticeship, start off with a spec gold paintbrush.
Or just find something that works for you,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it'll work out fine for you. So what barriers do you, do you still think exist in the decorating industry for women?
I think it's just the whole,
Men.
yeah, men. No, but like honestly, like there's so many brilliant lads like yourself and like others that I follow have been so supportive of me, and they're always happy to help if I message them saying, yeah, what do you do with this product and what do you think of this? And I think it's not just in decorating, it's going to be across all trades where it's more male dominated, and I think it's always going to be that way. I think it is always going to be that way.
Do you
Um,
know what? I don't think it will. I think it'll
I
change
think
over the years.
I think
we can
painting,
do a lot
decorating.
more with social media.
I think painting and decorating will we're already in front of the other trades by so much by having a massive um like women in the industry already,
Yeah.
and I think like I've as I said, me and Baz have both worked alongside women, or we see women at
Yeah.
work, and I think our age range, it's not it's nothing strange for us,
Yeah.
obviously.
It's just
Like I said
something
earlier
normal,
on,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
and young apprentices, they're coming through their colleges with girls and boys, so it's nothing to them. It's normal to them. It's the above 40 age range that's like
yeah, I would say above
they're
40,
they're
yeah,
the
where
issue.
they're a
Like,
bit late.
oh, you're a woman doing it. What are you doing? And it's
But do you know what I think as well? What I think it is as well is because you are like you see, you're right with the age range, but because we work very similar now with likes of dustless sanding and tapes and stuff
Yeah.
like that, water-based products. When that older generation does phase out, we're all going to be pretty much exactly the same,
Yeah.
and we're
yeah,
training or showing those that are just starting out of how we're working and how it's going to be. So I think a lot of like the grief and stuff that I get on social media is by like 40, 50 plus age
Yeah.
men,
Yep. Jealousy.
because they just don't,
It is
yeah,
jealousy.
they just don't
Yeah.
like the way I work. Yeah.
I love seeing it, me, because you're just answering back, and it would just, I just would sit there reading
Oh,
out
I'm staying
comments, me, and
bullshit.
she don't give a fuck. She's just like, oh,
Or
fuck.
it's better when it's a screenshot
Yeah.
and it's just like some like Paul got out the wrong side of the bed this morning.
Yeah.
Just a sarky comment where Paul got out the wrong side of the bed this morning, and it's just a screenshot of a comment for somebody, Paul, and it's just no, like
Yeah.
why are you going to all that effort to cover up the floor? And well, actually, I mentioned one of your jobs when we had Toad Tapes on 2 weeks ago. It was a job when you were doing a kitchen and you had your lining paper, I think you were using down on the floor,
Oh, yeah.
and a lot of the comments, because always you look at the video, watch the video, like, put a wee emoji or whatever,
Comments.
look at the comments,
Straight
right?
to the
And I went
comments.
through the comments, and it was, why you putting all that protection down? By the time you had the floor covered, I would have had the kitchen painted and blah blah, the same old shit, right? And what I said to Toad Tapes when me, Baz, and Toad Tapes were on, I said, a few days later, you had the completed job of the kitchen, and when you lifted all the protection off the work surfaces and the tape and drape and the floor protection was up, it was like a white marble floor in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
kitchen was like a light grey or a white, and it was like immaculate. And can you imagine if you were maybe painting the kitchen ceilings and you get like your scrubbable mat sprayed over the kitchen?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare to clean, or over the floors. So you've took an hour or an hour and a half to make sure every surface is protected, because at the end of the job, you're not wanting to be walking around with elbow grease and
Just a
spraying the
quick
kitchen.
hoover up.
Aye, lift your
Yeah,
shirt,
yeah.
hoover up, and you're out the door. So, aye, so no, there's the dinosaur decorators don't see that part of it.
Yeah.
But
And
I
again,
wonder,
it's been stuck in your old ways,
innit?
and I think it is important to keep up with new brands and new products, and being able to
Absolutely,
be
yeah.
open-minded enough to be like, do you know what, that's actually a good idea, rather than just being closed-minded, going, nah, you don't need all that, you don't need da.
Are we going to be so? Me and Baz, right, had a thing of misquoting my contract Matt, right, and when Mike for the Decorator Forum on, who called us out on our own podcast about misquoting my contract Matt, right, and because I've never had an issue with it, we were like, oh, I've never had an issue, and obviously they're recommending you don't do it, right, because obviously they've changed the chemicals.
Yeah.
So obviously, I felt like when we said that, I kind of thought about it and thought, am I becoming the dinosaur decorator here by saying, oh, I've never had a fucking problem with contract Matt, right? So I've got an announcement to make.
Go on.
This job, the bad plasterwork job I'm in this week, I've been doing the sunroom and the living room. I was doing them literally today. And Sean Little, painting, decorating, 50% of the decorators then miscoated using Clean Extreme watered down by 40%.
Way.
How did you find it going on though? Was it alright?
It was fucking amazing, by the way.
it?
So,
Yeah.
so I put Mike's a regular watcher of the podcast. So, Mike, I'd like to apologise to you, and I promise I will move with the times.
Do you know what though?
I'm not.
It is
I
just
refuse to become a dinosaur decorator.
yeah. It is just taking that risk because you don't want it to fail. But
I know.
again, when people like Mike, and this is what I was saying to him, his views matter. Like, his opinions matter to people, and he doesn't realise how much people actually rely on it. But it's people like Mike that are trying this stuff, or other decorators in general that are doing this stuff, that know that it works, and then there's like me, I've still not done it. So it's like,
Oh no, like there's pretty much all the durable mats and stuff now you can mist coat with.
Yep.
It's not a problem. Like it tells
Right.
you on the tin and on the data sheets as well.
I'll have to bite the bullet and do it.
But I was also,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, see, up to 6 months ago, I was also terrified of misquoting my guards.
Yeah. See,
'Cause
I've
it
still
just
not
feels-
done that yet because
Oh,
I'm
look,
just-
terrified.
I love using guards on certain things, but I was just terrified of miscoating it because I was scared in case it was going to fail. And it's never failed.
That's
I
like
don't.
what it's designed for.
I know,
That's
I know,
just
I know,
I
but
know.
it's because you're moving for something that you're it's like we're always learnt when we're younger, like you're miscoating with your contract white emulsion and you're
Yeah.
putting it on, and because it's so far out of what you train today, and again, it's
Yeah.
by moving with the times that you
Yeah.
hate to be prepared to move. So no, I got over my guards thing a wee while ago, but I finally got over my durable mat thing, and I'm very very impressed with it, by the way.
See, I'm only the last 12 months. I've only started using a laser level the past 12 months.
Right.
I've always still plumb lined and leveled until obviously I
No,
got my
I'll use it
laser.
like the same. I'll use the level sometimes, but for me, it just depends on the job.
The-
Like, and
the
it's
way
the
I-
same with anything that I do. So it
The
just
way I
depends
was
on the
seeing
job.
it was, if you've got bumps in your plaster that aren't too visible, once you put your laser on it, the laser's gonna.
Well, that's it as well. And also, whatever you're standing the laser on, there's nothing to say that's straight either.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But I will just
that's
say,
why.
go on, Joe. Sorry.
No, it's just that depends on the job for me. What I will use
Yeah.
with any product.
It's like that. I've got a laser level now. I got it off Amazon. I think it was about 50 quid. It's called like Alloy Mate or something like that. But the tripod has got a level on it, and then the actual
Oh yeah.
the actual laser itself has got a level on it, so you can adjust the feet and stuff to make sure it's level, and then you can adjust the actual laser to make sure that's level as well,
See,
which I
my
do
one
quite like that.
my one flashes the laser flashes if it's no level.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's level,
Yeah.
it's solid
See,
green
this one,
green
well,
line.
this one,
Aye.
which is a bit annoying, if it isn't level, it beeps. And it fucking
Right.
does me head in,
Oh,
'cause
that's
that would-
annoying.
until you've got it level, it's going beep 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 beep
Aye,
beep,
that's
and you're
annoying.
like,
Aye.
fuck off.
Aye, that would be getting the hammer put through at the
Yeah,
very first
that's
day
the only
one, like,
downfall to that specific level. Like,
Yeah.
but honestly,
Same with me.
it's
That would be
cracking.
like that would
Really
be
good.
like fuck it, plumb line.
Aye, where's my
Kick that
plumb
out the
line?
window.
Get that thing out the window.
Just
So,
Joe's wife in the background going beep 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 beep. Joe, it's not level.
where are we here, Baz?
Number
What
9.
what would you say to a young woman who's unsure about stepping into the industry?
Don't be scared. I mean, I know it's intimidating. I think even more so now because, again, social media and stuff, but there's far more support now than there was when I started out. So I would say absolutely go for it. Just, again, be open to learning, ask questions, meet people, talk to other decorators, get amongst all of these trade shows again that there wasn't
Yeah.
as many around. So,
Yep.
yeah, just take the leap, and I'm glad I did. And
Yeah.
I'm glad.
See, I know there's a lot of negative people out there that enjoy giving women shit and stuff, but there is, like you just said, so much more support than there would have been even
Oh, yeah.
5-10 years ago. Like, there's so much more support now, and a lot more men are willing to help support women in
Oh,
the trade.
absolutely. Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, there's so many great lasses in the trade as well who I've had the pleasure of meeting as like in person and working alongside, and but again with the lads that I know like yourself, and there's so much more support because I think what it comes down to is just pushing what trade in the right way, in the
Yeah.
good light, and we're all just
Yep.
trying to do that.
Yeah. It's
So
like,
as long as you're not being a dickhead to anybody, then
yeah.
like everybody's great.
Yeah, well, it's
Life's
like
too
me.
short anyway. Life's
Yeah.
too short to be being a dickhead to
It is, isn't it?
everybody. I honestly see the amount of hate comments you see online to other, not just decorators, other people. Think like, where are these people who send hate comments got the time to just sit there and it's the
Yeah, innit?
same people on every post. I'm like, you must be literally sitting on your TikTok or Facebook or
Just
whatever,
waiting
and
for it to come up.
waiting for them to post a video.
Yeah.
Like, Get out there and get a life for yourself. It's
Touch grass.
You know what? A couple of years
Well,
ago, there was this. A couple of years ago, there was this lad. Well, I say lad. I think he was an older bloke, and he was commenting on loads of different videos, and I was like, "This is going to take up too much of my time to respond on everyone, or I could just be so sarcastic." And I just sent him a direct message, and I was like, whatever his name was, I went, "Is everything okay at home
Yeah.
for you to be sending all these
Yeah,
messages?" And he
like,
replied saying, "Actually, no," and
right.
blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "So you don't need to do this.
yeah, you don't need to
This
take it
isn't
out on
fixing.
me. You don't. Yeah.
This isn't fixing your problem." And he was like, "I'm sorry. Like, I apologize. I've just had a really bad day." And I was like, "Fair play."
Yeah. So, well, that's the thing though. You're also having. You might have a nice life, but you're also having a bad day. You've got 100 things going on at work. You've got to you get home, sort your next week's plan out. You've got quotes to be doing. You've got this, that, and the other. You want to have a quick check on socials to see any comments on your videos or whatever. The 5 minute spur that you get, and then you've got idiots like that are going, "Oh, you shouldn't do that. You can't be doing that. Why are you doing that? Fucking da 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 da." And you're like, I don't want to be dealing with that. I've
That's
just got home
why.
from work.
Yeah, there's some days where I could really just really go in on them, but then I'll just, like you were saying, Sean, I'll send a screenshot and just put, "Can someone come and get their dad off Facebook because I've
Yeah,
had a bad day."
yeah, stuff like that proper makes me laugh.
Can it be asked? Get your dad off Facebook.
Well, you actually gave me one of the best tips ever when it was on about your social media stuff, and it was when I watched your episode on Talking Tradesmen with us, and it was post and ghost,
Yeah,
and you
Yeah.
post your videos, and you just don't look, and you put your phone down and get away, or because I like posting at lunchtime now. I've started posting some
yeah,
videos at lunch. So in my lunch break, I'll edit my video together, post it, and I'm away back to work. You're working for three,
Yeah.
4 hours. By the time you
yeah.
get home, you're looking TikTok, yeah, and you say, "Mate, I don't get a lot of hate comments. I don't know why, like, but they would call it, so you get home and then you read your comments. So,
People
so
direct them at me instead, Sean.
oh, you got the hate. You get enough hate for the both of us.
Well, you see, that's what comes with the following.
Yeah.
It brings a lot of hate. It's
Yep.
See,
Jealousy
it's
again.
water off a duck's back for me though. Like honestly,
oh yeah.
half of them.
When I was saying to Russ, like, when one video went viral, I was like, shit. I was getting loads of comments. I was like, how do I deal with this? But now, the more I get, the more I don't care.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Right.
So I'm just like, post it, and I'll deal with whatever I want, however I feel later. Depends what the comment. Depends what
Yeah.
the reply they
But
get.
it is just jealousy. Like they don't like seeing us workers or festoons or leaving a nice job.
Do you know
or
what though?
using-
There's so many people that don't like seeing people succeed.
But these same
Oh,
people,
yeah, of course.
these same people would not like it if you just walked in, flung an all dirty dust sheet on the floor and smashed the wall in with an 18-inch masonry roller. These same people would still hate you, saying, "Oh, why you using that stinking old dust sheet, and why you using a extra long pile masonry roller on your walls?" They would still have something
Yeah.
to say. They literally had
Oh,
nothing
of
better to do
course.
with their time.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
absolutely. And
doesn't matter what
I
you
get
do.
my fair share. I get my fair share. I probably get more, but what it's even happened in my local area from decorators
Was it?
around this area. But when I see them getting their supplies, heads drop.
Yeah,
Either shite bags.
Yeah, yeah.
But see,
They're
I
just
don't.
so quiet.
I don't know why, but you seem to get a lot, and Stuart also seems to get a lot, and I think it is just jealousy with people. Like Stuart McLean
yeah,
seems to get a lot of hate comments too, and obviously Stuart's quite funny the way he deals with them too. He just makes a wee videos with when the comments are up above them, and he just
Yeah.
flips them a bird or something on his
Yeah.
TikTok or something. Ken.
Yeah, like I'll do. Just depends how I feel when I say it. They'll either get a sarcastic response or something. But there's some I just won't give the time of day because I just think that's just a waste of my time.
Yep.
So,
But there's so many that I will share because half the time they just need educating.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Look, the only comments I really read is people who I'm actually friends with. So if they're following me and I'm following them, obviously
Yeah.
I'll read their comment. People who I'm not following or they're not even following me, I don't even bother reading. I'll like it,
Yeah.
and I've not even read it. I've just gone do,
Yeah.
and I'm not even reading the comment. If it doesn't say friends
Yeah.
or whatever,
Mhm.
I don't even bother reading it. Right, how would you say the industry has changed since you first started?
Oh God. I mean, it's changed for the better, definitely. I just think there's so much more like skills and stuff to learn, and again the support. So, um, but I would never have thought about meeting so many other decorators and
Yeah,
having so much in common and having the same views on particular things. So yeah, I think it's like for the better. It's massively improved. Um, but I just still think there's so like me personally, I feel like there's so much more I can learn. It's just
yeah.
finding the time to learn it.
Well, as you're on about that though, stuff like repair. Have you seen
Mm.
the not the what's that called, Sean? The not the Venetian plaster, the
Imperial Italia.
Imperial Italia. Like even
Oh yeah,
like all stuff like that is all brand new, and
yeah.
that looks amazing. The repair is a fantastic product.
Well,
Um,
the
Oh yeah.
spraying. So I've recently purchased my first HVLP sprayer for. I'm going to start doing like UPVC windows, and we spoke about it a bit in the podcast. But what I hadn't spoke about in the podcast, I've booked a training day. I booked myself the Dulux Academy, I think it is.
all right, yeah, yeah,
Spray HVLP spraying day. Now I've had my sprayer since the Coventry show, and I've used it on a few staircases and bookshelves, and I'm getting quite good with it. I'm more like a hands-on learner. Like if
yeah,
somebody says read
Yeah.
this book, I'll never learn it. But like somebody maybe showing me, and you only would have to show me one time, and I'd start to get the knack it.
yeah,
But I'm more like throw myself in at the deep end. If I hear a run, I've got maybe a brush and a wee foam roller
yeah.
or
You know
something at
how
the
to
side
sort it
just in
out,
case
and
to think about. But I thought, well, I might as well book the course just to. I might learn. Well, I
yeah,
probably will learn. I hopefully will learn
Oh
something. But
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
£210, and because I had actually said to them at Coventry about doing the course, they put my name on a list and they contacted me when the courses went up and basically said they'd give me 50% off if I booked it through them. So I got a day
Oh,
course for £105
bargain that.
in it.
mint.
So it's for the 19th of May, 2 days after my birthday. So I booked it myself and then said to Natalie, "Oh, you can just get me that for my birthday."
Yeah,
And it
So it went from full price to discount the birthday present.
to me paying nothing, and it's tax deductible, by the way, because I booked it. Eh?
if I
Yeah.
don't know if you've watched any of the podcasts, but what you'll
Highly
come to
recommend.
learn, Joe, is Sean loves to pay for anything and everything to avoid paying as much tax as he can. He will stick anything on there.
Shh, the HMRC might be watching. Eh? So well, I bought what I bought. Bought the whole Mirka set up. I've got that Graco sprayer. I constantly buy tools, and you've probably seen my brush collection. I think I counted 108 brushes I carry in my van with me all the time.
Gee, 108.
108, and that's not included the Specco brushes that I've got sitting in this room, by the way. so
Oh,
so
I've got a load in there. Like, I've got loads of brushes, but I'm not carrying 108 in the van. Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
so it's honestly like an addiction. I'm going to the Scottish Paint and Decorating show. I think all
I
three of us
thought
are
you were going to
actually going
say
to
to the
go.
paintbrush
Yeah.
addiction.
And 100%, I'll see Sam for my paintbrush there, and I can't. Sorry, I can't even remember the name of the Stalemeister guy, but I absolutely love the Stalemeister Pearl brushes. I don't know if any of you have tried them.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're about
Oh, no,
they're
no,
not
not tried it, but I've seen
they're
them.
not
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the cheapest, and I know we're
They
sponsored
look
by a
so
brush
good.
brand right now, but they're probably double the price of the Specco brushes. They're about 45 quid for a box of 3 brushes, but they're so good.
They look they
Aye,
look so good.
they are so good. They're an expensive side, but if you like them, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're saying this is another thing, right? Like, people get too carried away with brands and being an ambassador for this and being an ambassador for
yeah,
that. Like, I genuinely love Arrowworthy brushes. I use them, but of course I've got different brushes. We've all got different tools
yeah,
and
Yep.
products and stuff. But this whole thing of like making it the whole identity of no, it's just this brand. This is all I use.
yeah,
It's
Yep.
like the grip, man.
It's
yeah,
like brush snobbery, isn't
yeah.
it? It's like you're
Yeah.
scared to touch another brush. So no, I've got
Uh-huh.
multiple brands of brushes that I just can't
Sure.
seem to stop
Sean's
buying.
a brush hole.
Brush a holy.
But yeah, like I'm like yeah, I love my Arrowworthy brushes, but I've got other brushes. It might just be for a particular product I'm using or
Yeah,
just a certain job. But yeah, and that's another thing that comes along with my social media. People think these are the only things you should be using that I'm showing. I'm like, no, it's what I prefer, and I'm
yeah.
just showing you what I'm using to
Yeah,
get these results.
yeah,
And
It's
it's
like,
a bit sometimes it's like horses for courses. It's like using a certain brush for a certain thing.
yeah,
So like you're doing a feature wall. Of course, you're gonna use your Arrowworthy. You're gonna get your Paint Warrior. You're gonna get your Stalemeisters, and you're gonna use some for your nice sharp lines and that. But me and Bassett spoke last week about when announced the Specco sponsorship that because they're softer than they're not a rigid brush, right? And I think I'm a big fan, or we're both big fans of Johnson's Aquaguard, right? And Aquaguard, when you pour it into a tin or into your pot, it's quite thick. You almost need it like you need
you
it
need
warm,
to
or you need it like a wee bit of
a
water, maybe
slight.
five
Yeah,
percent
yeah,
yeah,
water. But because the Specco brushes are a wee bit softer bristled, that it kind of counteracted it. And even though your paint was full lick, it was neat. That it didn't seem an issue with like trying to level it out if
yeah,
it made sense. I mean,
yeah,
I still did level it out because I think you'll get a better finish with like Aquaguard by
yeah.
doing
You
that.
do. Yeah, I
But
think you
yeah.
do as well.
but I think with the brushes, I think what has happened is people who got that used to using the brushes that I mentioned that are a wee bit more firm. And then
Yeah,
when you get a soft bristle brush and you already thinned down your paint, you're like, hold on a minute, that's actually brilliant for. And there's zero brush marks and stuff in it, Ken, which is all obviously a bonus, Ken. So
yeah. So, when did you first decide to put your work on social media? What made you want to do it?
I done it pretty much when I first. I mean, I was self-employed, and then I took a bit of a break for a couple of years, and then I came back, and that was just before. I think it was about 2014, 2015 ish.
Yeah,
And I was like, right, I'm gonna totally start from scratch, and just use Facebook for the advertising to like obviously generating work then. And somebody had put a comment on asking how to do something or what product to use, and I was like, I can't really explain this without showing it, so I'll just make a video and put it on.
yeah,
And then that video went crazy, and then people were
right,
asking comments. I was like, oh, I'll put a video on in a couple of days.
yeah, yeah,
But I mean, I always put like before and after photos on and stuff.
yep.
That was just to try and get the work in,
yeah, yeah.
and then just went from
So,
there.
so was it that point you realised that it was going to becoming a serious platform, or was there another moment that you realised like, hold on a minute, this social media is like really becoming quite big?
Well, I first started out on Facebook. That was kind of doing its thing, and it got a few more followers, but didn't really take any notice of it. I started Instagram, and I kind of fell off Instagram a little bit. And then it was when we first went back to work after the first lockdown.
Yep.
I thought, I'm going to see what this TikTok's all about. Just have a look. Put a couple of videos on there, it went viral, and I was like, oh shit. Put some more stuff on Facebook, and then that went crazy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, right, this is really starting to pick up now. And that's when I kind of got that whole panic of like, oh shit, they're saying shit things about me work. Like, how am I going to deal with this?
Right.
But then just as more went on, I just like,
You've
it
learned
is
to
what
kind
it
of
is.
you've learned to deal with it. Like, so I've actually so
She's learned to master it. That's what she's
I,
done.
I joined TikTok at the first lockdown as well. So I joined probably, like I said, I followed both yourself and Stuart for the very beginning. But I think by the time I had found you, you were already. I think you were already at 10K. Like you were already big, or like a lot bigger than us anyway, Ken. What would you say are the biggest positives for having a strong online presence?
Um, Showing that I'm not a character or a personality. I will be as real as I am
Yeah.
every
And
day. Do you know what I
I
mean?
think that's quite important because I think a lot of people see someone online and assume they're just kind of putting a persona on. Um, so it's good to see
And we
someone
all know
real.
that there's a fair few of them. There's
Yeah.
a fair
Yep.
few of them. And it's fucking exhausting to watch. And never mind, I don't know how they keep that up. I couldn't be bothered, honestly. So for me, I'll just be as real as like as normal as
Yep.
I am. I haven't got anything to upkeep. But also any potential clients watching, they kind of feel like they know us a little bit before I
Yep.
go and see them.
Yeah. And I think
Because
that's
there's
quite
nothing
important.
worse. Yeah, because it'd be how disappointing and like confusing would it be to be watch this character on social media, then I knock on your door and I'm nothing like that.
Yeah. And it,
Aye.
Do you know what I
Aye.
mean?
yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's
So
why, as much as you do get hate comments, I think that's why so many people do really like you because they're seeing you for who you actually are.
Well,
yeah,
if you
and I've got nothing against any other decorator. Like, you know, I've met a few, and there's some I haven't, and that kind of thing. But there's some that I look at and I just think this is exhausting.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't.
have a day off. Just have a day off.
No offense, but I want nothing to do with you.
But I think there's a good kind of message there. Like I think if you're a genuine person, and you do good things and you do good work and you're just normal, let's say, that I think like good things are more likely to happen to you, if that makes sense. That if you're a bit
Yeah,
arsey and a
yeah.
character, you kind of bring on a bit more like negative things to happen to you, if that makes sense. Feel like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm a firm believer in, like, you know, what you give out, you'll receive back
Yeah.
in any
Yep.
way, shape, or form. But again, I just couldn't be bothered to be anybody other than myself. Like, I'm going to work, I'm grafting, I'll come home, I'm chatting to whether it's you guys or people online. Like, I haven't got anything to upkeep, but I also want to be approachable for other decorators to be able to just
Yep.
drop me a message and be like, Joe, could I have a chat with you? And you know you're not going to have some kind of character replying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Well,
So,
see on the flip side of that, how do you? Obviously, we kind of spoke about it a wee bit at the start, but it's maybe good for like people that are coming through that are starting to be a wee bit successful on social media. But how do you handle your negativity and criticism? Have you got anything that you do, or is it just a case of ignoring it? Like,
I mean, I find it a lot easier to ignore it now than I did a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it again, I'm I'm still human. So if I've had a bad day, I know I can't look at social media because I could just find one comment that just tips us over the edge,
Yeah.
and I'll
yep,
reply with something I'm probably going to regret.
Yeah.
right,
Um,
It's good that you
or
do that because
even,
a lot of people would just go straight onto social media and let all that anger out or let
oh
all that
yeah,
frustration out. Like,
and I've learned many a times in the past that I mean, you'll know yourself. You put something on social media and it can be taken the wrong way like that, and then all of a sudden the
Yeah.
comments just go crazy, and you're like, for God's sake, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
So if I
Yep.
put something on there and like screenshotting somebody's message and it's actually not that bad, then I'm just going to look like a bit of a dick. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I ignore it.
No.
So there's advice for any apprentices or anybody that's trying to do a wee bit on social. So if you're getting the um, negative comments, just take a step away from your phone. Don't reply in anger, and put your phone away. Maybe my advice always is, if you're going to make any big decision, I'm sorry to bring this up, but I bring it up maybe at least once a month. My advice is always, if you're going to make any big decisions in life, is go and hear shit first. And I promise you, you feel better. So it might be the next day, it might be 2 hours later, but you will feel different. And that's
But
my
do you know
advice.
what?
Joe's advice is to ignore it. My advice is to have a shit.
Do you know what though? Like I've had so many. There's a lot of other decorators that they've got a big following themselves, who've messaged me and just been like, Joe, how do I deal with this?
Yeah.
So
Right?
I'm always happy to chat with anybody and respond and just say, look, this is what I would do, but this is probably what I would advise. So like I genuinely don't care what I put on there because it's my social media. I'm not like this kind of big brand or nothing. I am one person
Yep.
who, yes, has a following, but if I want to remove all my social media tomorrow, I will.
Yeah.
And it's not going to
Exactly.
affect
Aye.
anybody.
I
Yeah.
So
personally
yeah, like if
absolutely love it when we get sarcastic Joe, like, I absolutely love
Yeah.
this smackdown comment. I'm not wanting you to get away and just purposely start picking on people just to appease me, like, but I actually love it when you see some of the comments, like somebody come and get your dad, like to say. It's just fucking genius, isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a put
yeah,
down.
because like a lot of people say you need to be careful what you share. Like you need to be a bit more professional. I'm like, says who? They've come to me in my
Yeah.
space, and if you're going to speak to me like that, I'll speak to you like that in front of thousands of people. I genuinely don't give a shit.
Exactly. Genius.
But shows a bit of respect, and I'll show you respect.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
No a lot to
Absolutely.
ask.
So, would you say social media has directly impacted your business or client base? Like social media, like
Oh yeah,
itself,
yeah,
kind of.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
Would you
think
say you get a lot more work
um
from there?
um I mean I don't know for how many years I've been fortunate to never had to like worry about the next job or where
Yeah.
that's coming from. Like, I've never had to advertise, but I think part of that came with the social media. I've just shown what I'm doing, the in betweens, and doing the little videos and stuff. Um, and that's definitely had an impact on the client base I've been able to attract. So it's been like I've put the stuff out there, but not aiming for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just kind of what came off the back of it, which has been obviously a good thing.
But it's like so I u- I never really used Facebook for how I use TikTok, if you get what I mean. So Facebook
Yeah.
was professional only, like before, afters, maybe a couple of videos showing what I've done and stuff. But it was never like, say, cutting in videos or funny videos or anything like that. It was strictly
Yeah.
professional only. And
See,
then,
I still don't. My Facebook still is. There's no. My TikTok's like bipolar craziness, and my
yeah,
Facebook is literally just business.
like my TikTok, I just do anything on there, and I've
Same.
kind of gradually gone on to Instagram and started posting a few little videos on Instagram because I've probably said it about 10 times before, but I'm not really a massive social media fan. Like I don't really like it. A lot of people round our age group are kind of the same thing at the minute where they
Yeah.
don't really care, but it's benefiting
Mm,
their business, so you may as well
yeah.
use it.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I use like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok mostly, and TikTok is a bit of everything. It helps when you're answering questions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Facebook, that depends on the day. That
Yeah.
gets everything. And Instagram, I think for me is a little bit more professional, but I'll still share the odd story of like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Facebook's my probably most feral
Yeah.
social
Well,
media
I
platform.
actually get work from Facebook and I get the odd few off Instagram, but I don't really want work from. It might sound horrible, but I don't really want work from TikTok because I know what I'm posting on there.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
like that's not really my professional side. Like,
Well, do you know that that job that I'd done that you mentioned about the kitchen and
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
floor protection?
Yep.
That was a client from TikTok.
Oh, was it? Yeah,
But I think
Yeah.
maybe the difference is that you are the same person on every platform. So
Yeah.
whereas if you looked at my TikTok compared to how if you compared my TikTok and my Facebook, I honestly think you'd be like, is this the same person? I mean, eh, so I
Is
like
he all
I get
right?
I exactly. He's got a twin, but I think like my Facebook, I get majority like 99% of my work through Facebook or word of mouth in my local area. I had good reputation.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of jobs off TikTok and they've been fine.
yeah,
And but I just worry about who they think's turning up when I'm doing a TikTok when I'm a TikTok person because like some of my I wonder what TikTok they've watched
yeah,
that's they've got them to
Yeah.
because I mean like last week, well this week like you said, Baz, I put on a picture of me sorting out really bad plaster work,
yeah,
and then the week before it I was walking up the stair in my boxer shorts.
yeah.
So I mean I
It's
don't
like,
know like
which one am I being hired for here?
I exactly that's my worry when like
I
I've
need
seen
to
your
know
work in
specific,
TikTok.
like, what video you watched.
Exactly. That should be a question, shouldn't it? Eh?
Oh well, that client who I worked for, she followed us on TikTok and Facebook, I think, but it was her daughter that got in touch on Instagram. Like she dropped us a message.
Right.
Yeah,
So I think just because she must have just followed us on TikTok and you can't direct message. So, but yeah, it turned out to be one of the good ones. So
Well, there you
yeah.
thank
go.
God.
But it's like I've said before. I think I said it on last week's episode as well. To be fair, I'm sure Sean's the same. Like, but I'll never leave a negative comment on on anyone's video. Like, but especially another
Same,
decorator's video. Um,
same,
and
never.
if I don't like them, I'm just not gonna comment. If I'm following them, I might unfollow them. I'm still never gonna leave a negative comment. Like even if they're
Scroll
starting
Yeah,
shit
past.
with me,
Just
I'm
scroll
just
past.
something.
see you
Yeah,
later.
something. Something that I want to point, like I want to mention actually. This whole thing is social media. Like we know, people can have a bit banter, a bit crack, whatever, but you don't know what that person is going through on the other end.
Yeah,
Yep.
So,
exactly.
in the people likes of Russ, who's doing what he's doing with the Talking Tradesman
Yep.
podcast, not just for decorators, but for every other tradesperson, like, we know how social media works and how brutal it can be, but also what the consequences can be of that. So I think people need to be very careful with the words that they use,
Yeah,
the videos that they make, and what they class as a bit of banter, because
Yep.
it's going to come back around on them real fast.
Yep.
So I think we just need to, people
I
need to
think
be a bit more,
I felt a bit targeted then.
no, people in general, like, need to be just a bit more clued up and be a
Yeah,
second think things before the post and whatnot.
yeah,
Because there's people like I say, like Sir Rust, who's doing an amazing job for mental health, and there's others that are just
And if you're
ruining it.
posting hate comments on it, like you say, you don't know what somebody's doing at the other what somebody might be having a terrible day, and going through a lot of shit, and your hate comment could be the thing that pushes them over the edge.
Yeah.
Ken, so
Yeah.
But again,
aye.
that's what we're
I
here
mean,
for as well. We're here to
oh
also
yeah,
help spread positivity. So Russ is
yeah.
covering the stories and like what people
Yep.
have been through and helping support them as much as he can. But we're also here to help people laugh, kind of thing.
Well,
Absolutely.
well, there was an author on Radio 2 today. Well, obviously, this is they're going out on the 16th, so it was whatever date, 4th, 5th of March today. And there was she was on with Jeremy Vine at lunchtime, and she's an Irish author. I forget her name, sorry. And it was basically about laughing at it was like Scottish and Irish. She came from Scottish and Irish heritage, right? And it was like laughing at. She was talking about kind of like laughing at a funeral that you're the like Celtic way. Sorry, is like
Like,
we deal with things with humour, and I
yeah,
suppose as you're kind of close to like Liverpool as well, so you'll hear a bit of that
yeah,
Celtic kind of because obviously there's a lot
yeah.
of
We
immigration
use we lot.
and I think it is a kind of British way that we when something bad happens, our go to thing is to find the funny side. I'm not saying
Yeah.
a disaster happens and we're all standing laughing, but
Yeah,
like but if something happens, we look for the first thing we do is we look for the comedy
yeah,
aspect in it because
Oh yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
way we cope.
yeah,
Ken, Baz, when
Oh yeah.
you spoke about on your episode when we got to know you better about the trauma that you had when you were younger, like when you're wee, and that is kind of it was obviously a harrowing what you went through, right? But that gives you that like thick skin, that
yeah. It
water
does.
off a duck's back attitude, and that humour that kind of you can pretty much take it into any
Yeah.
walk of life. It's our way of
Oh
kind of
yeah.
dealing with stuff, Ken. So
It takes a lot to really offend me because I just laugh everything off.
yep,
Oh yeah. Like I would. I've got the darkest of humour. Like
yep,
I mean, I think, especially since I lost my mum, like I've had people say, "Oh, you like your mum must be so proud," and I go, "Not Josh is dead."
similar to
So
what
they're
kind
like,
of stuff
"What?"
you say, Baz.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, there's
Yep,
nothing that can offend me either,
Yeah.
but it's like what we're
but no,
all trying to do, but then you
I know
see other things,
not
you
everybody's
like,
like us. Aye,
Yeah.
not
yeah,
everybody's thick skinned. Aye,
yeah.
it's
So I
probably
just think like
it's probably
we
something that
can
could
like we
all be
do all of
better at.
this.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on,
Aye.
Sean. Let the guest speak. Go on, Joe.
Sorry, it's that slight delay for us. It's the same for Joe as well. As soon as you go quiet for a split second, but in the recording there's no delay, so it
Yeah.
makes it look like every time we speak we're speaking over the top of one another. It's a nightmare for the guests and me.
No, it's
Sure.
just this like we can do all of this and have a laugh, have a joke about anything and everything. But when we're still trying to encourage people into the trade and encourage them to post their work, encourage them to come to these trade events, we just need to be a bit more conscious of how direct people are being
Yeah.
to others for with certain things. Like you still just don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I think you've kind of got to know the situation because if, for example, if you're in a group with other decorators, there's two decorators having a laugh with each other. You're stood with another decorator just having a general chat, and then there's a decorator just stood on his own.
yeah,
Know the situation. There's a decorator there on his own.
yeah,
Invite him
yeah,
along, like
absolutely.
to chat with you, and maybe try and have a laugh with him. Ask him what's up. Does he need any support, or she needs any support? Just do what you can rather than just ignoring the problem.
And
Yeah, there was
sport.
loads of people that said they were coming to the decorating show as well. Like when I was there, not last year, the one before, and they were like, "Oh, I want to come along. I've seen that you're going, but I don't really know anyone." I was like, it'll be one of the best things you ever do as a decorator to come along to one of these shows,
Yep.
meet people that you follow online, talk to suppliers, like brands and stuff like that, and yeah, it makes the difference.
Well,
I
do you know
think the
what?
best.
I only go to the decorating shows to socialise.
It's same.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the only reason
yeah.
I go.
A lot do, yeah.
And I think like we us having the WhatsApp group and having a few decorators, it's been the best thing that's ever happened to us because you like recently even I've noticed a few people being quiet, and I've been in a situation where I've maybe been quiet for a couple of weeks myself on these socials. And it's quite nice to get a message out of the blue and somebody saying, "Oh, I've noticed you've not been on socials very much for the
Yeah.
last couple of weeks. Is everything okay?" And you're maybe just busy at work and you've not got time to be putting out a lot
Yeah,
of content. But it's nice to think that somebody's noticed that you've not been as active and they've sent you a message to say, "Are you okay?" Like, can it's and it's somebody you've maybe never met face to face in your
yeah.
life, by the way.
Yeah,
It's not your mate that you've
yeah,
known since you were 12 year old. It's somebody that you've never actually met, which is mental.
yeah, yeah. And this is the thing, like these little things, having these little bits of connections, the little bits of networking, and like you said there, going to these events just for the social side because a lot of us work on our own anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So when these things come up, it's one of the best things. So yeah,
Well,
and that's why I'll always spend the time chatting to people and making the time.
that's what we were hoping for with this podcast. People can be in work, maybe they're working alone, and they can just feel like they've got someone talking to them. Like
I
it's
Yeah.
earbud in listening to the
yeah.
podcast and think, oh, there's
Hmm.
three decorators that are going through exactly the same stuff
And
that
I
I'm
like
going
to think
through.
we're quite approachable, so
Yep.
we do get quite a few messages where maybe someone's related to an episode and they've gone, oh, actually, I've been through this and blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
how many messages we've got, and we've just spent however long just talking to them and
Yep.
maybe saying our
Yeah.
situation, and it's good to know that although we haven't got a massive following, we've not got
But if
300,000, but we're making a little difference.
mate, if I was
Yep.
literally doing this podcast once a week and helping one person the
Yeah,
entire year, that's a success for
yeah,
me, and that's it.
Absolutely. And that's people have asked me what do I hope to achieve through social media and stuff, and I'm like, if I can just help one person, one girl, one young woman, like not necessarily decorating, but take that
but just in a
leap and have a
trade
bit
in
of
general,
confidence to go
or
into a trade, job done.
yeah,
Exactly. Yep.
completely agree. Um,
Yeah.
just a little bit off topic here, but I was gonna ask what when we got onto the subject of social media and stuff like 2 minutes ago. I was gonna ask, how do you balance being a working decorator and creating content constantly?
I never forced to create content. I just think if the job, I mean, there's hundreds of jobs I've done that social media's never seen.
Yeah,
But it's just I'll never force it. I'm not gonna, put myself behind by doing any content. If I just think it's worth seeing, I'll record bits.
yeah,
Um, that kind of thing. Because I know how much pressure it can be, and I know there's so many people that have went through a social media burnout because they've just put so much pressure on themselves, and that content hasn't done as well as they thought they would. So and I've been there in the beginning.
yeah.
So now I just like, if I think, oh yeah, I'll record that bit, or this is worth doing, then that's what I'll put out. I just don't force anything.
Do you
So I
think
don't want to
maybe
flood people's feeds either.
exactly? Do you think obviously you had, did you was it your shoulder you had injured at Christmas time?
I fractured 2 ribs.
Or you fractured your ribs because you were off
Uh,
for 6 weeks or so, weren't you, or maybe longer? Was
10,
it 10 weeks? So
10
do you
weeks.
think obviously Christmas is a difficult time
I
for
bet
you
you was
anyway?
dying to get back to
If
work, wouldn't you?
you're watching what,
Oh yeah.
Ross, Christmas difficult time, and then you've had that 10 weeks. Do you think that maybe helped with the burnout of social media a bit because you're no work, or do you think it was maybe a hindrance on the other foot because you're no?
Do you know
you're
what? It was like physically, it was the worst 10 weeks of my life. Mentally, the best 10 weeks of my
Yeah.
life.
right.
Just
All
conflicted in it now.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just like I was physically forced to stop,
Yeah.
to just
Yep.
stop, rest, and really, I had so much thinking time, was just unbelievable. And there's just so much changed in my life in those 10 weeks, even up to now. Like, there's just so much change because I've had all of that thinking time. I've thought about social media as well. A few ideas I want to do, but I'm meeting up with a woman who's all for women in construction and stuff. I'm meeting up with her in a
Yep.
couple of weeks' time. We're going to actually sit and have a chat and see what we can do for each other in that sense.
That's good.
So I'm just, yeah, it's a really hard time, but probably like a time I'm really grateful for at the same time.
So supposedly, like, but that obviously it's difficult because you're wanting about working. You're a grafter. Clearly, you've been working your whole life, and obviously, like you say, the best time because you're sitting there being able to contemplate over the last 10 weeks. But I suppose after the 10 weeks are by, when you're back into work. Well, I'm going to say gradually back into work, but by the looks at your full swing again, you
Yeah.
probably appreciate full fitness and health again more because you've had that 10 weeks where you've physically not been able to do it. And I mean, I've broke ribs before, even when you sneeze. Sneezing's a nightmare, by the way, when you break a rib.
Oh,
Like,
sneezing
uh,
and coughing.
I so supposedly, like when you're out of that, you're thinking, I've been to the lowest, not the lowest mentally, but lowest health wise. It kind of shows you. Well, there's loads of things worse out there than
Broken
cracked
ribs and
ribs or
stuff.
a dislocated shoulder, a broken leg, or whatever. But in that time where you can't physically work for a
Yeah.
short period of time really gives you a bit of like a reset, almost
Yeah.
like.
Well, it's like I
Yeah,
can't.
I just felt. Go on, sorry, Baz.
I can't go on holiday for a long time because I start wanting to
Yeah,
get back to work.
Yep.
yeah. I feel like when we go on holiday, after like the first 4 or 5 days, I actually start to seize up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
This one,
like
right, wait.
So
This
weird.
might just be me, by the
your
way,
body's
and
not
this is
used
really
to
off
relaxing.
subject. Sorry, boss. I
Go
need to
on.
get this out. This is really off subject. But see if you can. I don't know if you go to like do you go to sunny holidays like Spain or beach holidays? Does anybody else's hands peel?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
your
Do you
the
know what it
I
is?
calluses,
All
don't
your
think.
calluses on your hands.
calluses in your hands,
Yeah.
like the skin peels off them, and
It
see when
starts.
you come back to work,
Yeah.
it must be because your hands are total like they must be like leather because you're using sandpaper and stuff. My hands totally peel. The
Yeah.
palms of my hands, by the way.
Honestly, as well, like when it got nearer Christmas, I had nails like Cardi B. Like I was just honestly, like they just take a bashing. But yeah, like I seen a massive difference in everything. My skin, my hair, like everything. But I just at that point, I was like, I can't physically control what's going on, but I can control what I
Up
put in
there,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
Definitely.
strength,
and that's
the
what's made the
strength,
difference.
mental strength. So moving on, you've worked with some brands and taken on an ambassador roles, tongue twister. How did those opportunities to come? How did those opportunities come about? Jesus, spit it out, Sean.
um, I went to one of the trade shows at St James's Park one day after work. Didn't even think I was going to make it, but I thought, oh, I'll go along. And Arrowworthy were there. We got chatting and stuff, and then they said would like to offer you an ambassador role if you're interested. Um, I was like, yeah, why not? So that went from there. But a lot of the brand stuff is just come along with the social media. But I'll always be honest with them, and I always tell them that like I'll be honest with your product, whether you're
Yep,
gifting it or it's a paid collaboration. It's going to be an honest review, and
yep.
that's what they appreciate.
It's
So
got to be because it's your reputation
Yeah.
that you're
Yeah, yeah.
If you start
You're putting it
selling
there.
any old shit, then
Aye,
no one's gonna fucking trust a word you say.
exactly. And so,
Exactly. Do you know
what
my
the
inbox is full of like my inbox is being full of like brands of things that there's
opportunities?
no reason for me ever to use them,
Yeah,
but they just want to use me because of the following. I'm like,
yeah.
Yep.
So
no, thank you.
no, no, thank you.
And so what do brands typically expect for you?
From your ambassador role type.
Aye, sorry.
Well, what do you mean? As in, like Arrowworthy
From
or other
Like,
no,
yeah,
brands?
for
like
example,
from
Arrowworthy. What?
your ambassadorships.
With them, one of the best things is there's no pressure from them, and I'm not just saying this, but there's no pressure from them, and they are a great, really supportive group of other decorators as well. But all they ask is, the same: use the products, be honest, give us some feedback, um, showcase them, that kind of thing. But there's never any pressure of going, right, you need to get this out, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it to Coventry to be with them because I'd obviously
Aye,
broke
because
my
I
Yeah.
ribs.
think I'd messaged or I got you on a live. I think you were doing a TikTok live, and it was maybe just a week before Coventry, and I think I'd mentioned,
Yeah,
"Oh, are you going to Coventry?" Because I think 2 years ago, I went to Coventry the first time about maybe 15 years ago, right? But I went 2 years ago, and I seen you at the at the Arrowworthy stand, right? But see,
yeah.
2 years ago, I was too scared to even put my face on social media. I was too scared to put myself in front of the camera. And I saw you at the thing, and I followed you up to that point for probably 2, 3 years. And I was too scared to come up and say hello to you, like. So I seen you talking to people, but
Why?
I was just wasn't.
He's just a
I mean,
nervous Nelly.
I'm not that I'm not nervous in the slightest, but I just didn't put myself out on social media. I used to just make videos and it would just be the camera looking at my work, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
never put my
yeah.
face on camera. And I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. But I felt like, oh, there's Joanne Hay, and I thought I wanted to come up and say hello to you, but I just couldn't. I
See, do you
was
know
physically unable.
why you're on about that, Sean? So, I don't mind if people come up to me. Obviously, I've not got a massive following, but people do come up to me and ask for a picture and stuff when we go to the decorating shows and
Aye.
stuff. But I feel like a dickhead going up to someone going, "Oh, can you take a picture?" And it's
Can I
I
get a
like,
know,
photo?
innit?
like it just to me that just feels unnatural.
But, but
I'm never say like gonna come up to you at a decorating show and be like, "Oh, hi Joe," even though we sport now. I'm not gonna come up and ask for a picture.
I see.
Like,
I mean, I,
Yeah.
I don't think anything of it because I think, like, so those shows, it's nice for everyone to catch up and get together
Yep.
and
yeah.
take the photos of being together. So I never think of anything like that.
But it's like
I think
even
it's
if I go to
fine.
like a concert or something, I'm not there on my phone recording it. I like
No,
Oh
you're
yeah,
there
no,
for the
I
moment.
like just remembering the moment. Like I'll stand there
yeah,
for a good hour or two talking to you and still not ask for a picture.
yeah,
But I'll remember. Oh, I was
Aye.
at Coventry and I was talking to Joe for like 2 hours. We
Well,
were
Baz,
talking. Da da da
yeah,
da.
when we went to Coventry last year, we done day one as a decorator, then and day two well, Baz you went home, but the day two I just did it as Sean Little and
Yeah,
didn't went round about. But day one when we were there, I went round and we were getting pictures with everybody
yeah,
because obviously I wasn't as no shy or nervous is the wrong words, but I didn't care as much anyway, right? But can you remember,
yeah.
Baz, we're standing off to the side and somebody walked up, where somebody was listening, or they were
2 hour conversation.
conversation with behind, and somebody like tugged in my hoodie and were like, "Oh, excuse me, mate, we watch your podcast. Is there any chance we can get a picture with you?" And I was absolutely dumbstruck, by the way,
Yeah,
and because I've always been the person that's asking. No, that we're tiny, we're massive
yeah,
following. We're doing this and obviously try to support and grow this up, right? And it was always us that was going up and saying, "Oh, let's get a group photo with whoever, right?
Yeah.
I was absolutely gobsmacked when somebody asked for my picture. By the way, I didn't know what to say. I felt that was more embarrassing than having to walk up and ask, like, there's Joanne Hackett. Well, I got up and asked her for a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people like that ask me at Coventry and stuff, asked us for a picture, and I was like, I half stopped. I was like, what for? I was like, oh, right, like a selfie. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. I was like, why?
Right, oh shit, I've got a big following. Yeah, of course you can.
Forget.
But I just like nothing like I don't think of anything like that. Like I will be out and about and people recognise it as well. And sometimes I've got to glance down to see if I've got like a work top on, and sometimes I haven't. I'm like,
You've not got
Double
your name on
checking.
you.
yeah.
So how do you
It's
decide?
so weird.
How do you decide which products does get your backing, or are you sticking with the products that you like? You're not really venturing out too much, trying gimmicky products.
I hate gimmicky stuff. Like I got a couple of bits from the Scottish show last year, and I just
I've
didn't
got a
rate.
feeling I know exactly what you're gonna say. Go on.
Was it the
Spotlight
spotlight cover?
things.
Oh,
Is that
For
what you're gonna
socket,
yeah,
say?
for socket
yeah.
saver.
No, not the
Sock-
socket
No,
saver.
for
It was
spotlight.
were they like yellow and blue or something like that?
Yeah.
So they open up like that. Like they open up, you
Right.
clip it around your your spotlight, but you paint round it, and you've got like a little circle around your
Take a
spotlight
couple
where
of mil.
obviously
Yeah.
the
Right.
guard is not.
Because I bought the socket saver magnetic covers for when I'm spraying, if I'm spraying a ceiling.
Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
and, and the
Yeah.
plastic's like it's no see through, but it's like lighting off. If you've got the lights turned on, you can still see the light through
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Absolutely wonderful things. Like they don't. The only problem is I work so domestic that they don't fit every light. See if
yeah.
you're working on like site work and you're
Like all the
spraying
new
site,
builds and stuff where
and it was
they're
all like
all the
Yeah.
same
same
fittings and they're all
socket, same lights, same switches
yeah,
everywhere. Be the best thing ever. But because I'm like, it could be one room can be this type of sockets and lights, and another room's a total different. Ken, they work, but they're no perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. I hate the gimmicky things, and when they give us them, I was just like, oh, these are not going to be any good.
Well, it's
But
like I don't know if you've
like any
tried.
of the other
Sorry,
brands, I'll keep. Like I use the things that I know work. Until like it doesn't. But I'm happy to try a product if I've got the time to try it.
yeah.
Yep,
See, I bought. So you know Maverick.
yep,
So I bought the Maverick knives at Coventry because I do like Maverick, um, but I thought I'm gonna buy them and then I can like me and Sean always say we'll buy stuff rather than getting it for free because then we can give our honest opinion
yep.
and we're not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I wasn't a fan of them, and they asked me to do a video and I did my honest opinion about it, and I didn't get any kind of reply back, but.
I think that's a good bit of advice. Me and you can take a bit of advice for like Joe's answer to the other question there. That because we've been offered free stuff for
Yeah,
some big companies, by the
yeah,
way, big painting company offered us like enough paint to do any job we wanted, free of charge, and
yeah,
we both turned around and said, "Listen, we'd rather pay for it because we can be more honest." I think a bit of advice that I'll certainly be taking for this would be, well, just be straight and respect brands and just say, "Listen, we're happy to take it for free. However, if it's shit
if we,
or we
yeah,
don't like it, we're
if we
going to be
don't like
totally
it,
honest."
you're getting told we don't like it, simple as that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like I've worked, done some paid work with some paint brands and whatnot, and I say, look, you'll get an honest review, and I'll send you the video prior to. If you're happy with it, post it. You pay us. If you don't like it, I don't post it. You don't pay us. No problem.
Right.
yeah,
It's as simple as that. Like
Yep.
if you don't want the honest review online, then that's on you. But I'm
yeah,
going to be honest either way.
yeah. See, I think that's where Maverick didn't really like that it was It wasn't a bad. I rated it about 7 out of 10 or something. Like it wasn't.
7 out of 10 is a good score.
That's what I mean. It's not the worst. So, but
Well, you know
yeah.
them covers? Do you know them
Pardon?
spotlight covers? Those spotlight covers.
Yeah.
So I put that video on because they asked us to do a review, and I
Yeah.
did. And then they said, "Oh, well, if you're using the right size, it shouldn't be a problem." I was like, "But
I
I
got
am
told
using the
that.
right size. The other one was too big. Like if
Yeah.
I tried the other one, it was too big. So obviously that one's the right size." So they didn't say anything, and then I got a screenshot sent from that brand from another painter who'd used them and rated them well. They just sent a screenshot, and I was like, "Right."
Aye.
Like,
As
I
if
I
to
think.
gave
say,
you my review.
yep.
I think I
Why?
got that same screenshot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I
I was
said the
just like,
exact
right.
same thing as you, and they were like, well, they said something like, other paint, like they tried saying you need to use the right size and blah blah, but then I came back and said, look, even with the right size on, you still get a line.
Hmm.
And then they sent the screenshot, and it was probably the same screenshot they sent you.
That's why
Because
I
I
like
I was like,
also
yeah.
I also got it at the decorating show as well.
that's why I like Toad Tapes last week. We had Toad Tape, or sorry, 2 weeks ago. They had the Toad Tapes guys on, and they basically got a bad review for a decorator or something. They'd said they didn't name the decorator, but they posted his bad review or her bad review on
Yeah,
their socials. And I think like if you can't live up to your bad review, you can't push out your
Yeah.
yeah,
good review.
yeah,
And so and I think without the bad, if you're getting a bad review, that what you have to do is you can back to your design team or your
yeah,
research and development team
and be
and
like,
say,
look, this is what
what
someone
can we do?
said.
What can we
Yeah,
do about this bit of feedback? Ken, rather than getting salty
I
about
just
it.
I just thought it was such poor taste from a brand that's trying to push the product that's very new. I was just like, imagine me getting a bad review from a client, but I send a good screenshot to them from someone else.
yeah.
Like, and
Exactly.
No, I
yeah,
think
crazy.
some people they're not open to criticism, and as soon as anything that even resembles criticism, straight on the defensive, and it's like, right, no,
Yeah.
right, we've got the best product in, and it's like, just accept that there could be things that you could fix, or there might be things that, or the product just doesn't work. Just you need to
Yeah.
know when to stop
It's
or
not going to
when
be
to
for
fix it,
everyone.
or
Yeah.
so looking back, is there anything you would have done differently in your career so far?
Probably started spraying a lot earlier.
We
A
was
I
on
was
lot,
about
a
hoping
that,
lot
weren't we,
I was
Sean?
earlier.
hoping you're going to say became a vet there.
I probably became a vet, but no, in this career, probably I wish I had learned to spray like years and years and years ago, not
Yep.
just like recently. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think
It's
we was on
just
about that because we both learnt how to spray, but
at
then
college.
we've never really
Same.
sprayed.
Yeah.
Like,
Aye. But
um,
it's just a steep learning curve, and like
Mm.
I put videos on. I put a video on last year, and the amount of comments I got on it, all gear, no idea, blah de blah.
Same.
Oh, you
Same.
shouldn't be dragging your hose about like that. Your pressure's too high. Your pressure's too low. No matter what I said, it was just a miscoat I was doing. I was like, relax, everybody. It didn't really matter. I think miscoating with a sprayer is a great way to learn,
yeah,
in my
Yeah.
opinion, because I mean, there's not so much you can fuck up with a miscoat.
in it.
Touch wood, like,
Mm.
but
Sean's
it's
gonna end up
just
smashing a window with the hose or something soon. It's like,
I don't even say that because I'm spraying on Saturday again, I think. But no, I kind of tend to agree. Hence why, as I said earlier on, I've booked myself a wee training course.
yeah,
Yeah. When I done the 2 days at Paint Tech was the best 2 days that I could have wished for, and it was like I learned so much. I just haven't sprayed as much as I hoped. And then obviously when I was off before Christmas, that was it, a good few weeks where I just couldn't do anything. So I think I'll be looking to maybe book on in like an advanced spray course
Right.
in time, and I've got the
Yeah.
time.
You just realize when you start spraying again, that
How shit you are.
it's very humbling. What I was going to say, it's very humbling. Like, you think you're a
Yeah,
great decorator until you try and spray something, and you're like, and other people make it like dyslexic painter, Josh, the dyslexic painter, makes it look so easy. Just Ken, it's just rooms painted in 10 minutes. I'm starting to try and yes, like so the tone taping drapes and getting it good, or 3M I've
yeah,
been using, and floor protection and the pro is it Pro Deck, the plastic sheeting that you can pull out and it
All right.
pulls it
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
4 meter. It's fucking great stuff, by the way. You just hit it.
yeah.
It's like I say, it's humbling, but I'm just as I always say, like just full steam ahead until I fuck something up that's irreplaceable, and then I'll probably get back onto my 2-inch brush and my 9-inch roller. Like,
So, so what is next now for Joanne here?
Um, Probably like yeah, just advancing my skills on spraying definitely, um, and just seeing where it all takes us. Really, like business is going really well. Uh, Social media is doing its own thing. There's a lot that comes off that, the opportunities and stuff. Um, I've still got some TV stuff to do, I think. So
oh,
that's
Oh,
exclusive,
going.
I was just gonna say, is that an exclusive there, Joe,
exclusive
or
for the
what?
Decorators Den.
No.
Not really. I think it's just more of a. There could be more interior design masters to do.
Oh, it's not. I was hoping for like I'm a Celebrity or Big
I
Brother or
know.
something. Joanne Hay and Kangaroo
Oh,
Penis or something, and I'm a Celebrity.
I'd give it a go. Like if make good content. But nah, I thought like yeah, I'm not forcing nothing. Like I was saying, I had all that time off that I am really grateful for.
Yeah.
So it's just made us, if anything, I want to kind of just scale myself back a little bit and just maybe spend a bit more time like so doing stuff like this, chatting with you guys, doing other, you know, making the
Yeah.
time to go to other events and stuff like that.
Yeah. Trying to make a bit of time to help others, and but
Yeah,
you do need to make sure you're having time to yourself, because
Exactly, aye.
like
oh yeah,
it really
absolutely.
does help. I'm sure we've all done it at some point, but working and doing everything at 100 mile an hour every single day till daft o'clock at night, and then you end up burning out, and you just like you end up having
Yeah,
one day break, and it just feels you feel numb because you don't know what to do.
I
You
f-
like
yeah, I feel like since I went back to work, like since going back to work after Christmas, I've kind of just fell back into that routine naturally.
yeah,
Yep.
I had to stop myself because I was like, I've just fell back in, like fell back in line,
yeah,
and and my body just didn't like it at all. Like mentally, I didn't like it either. So um, now I'm just starting to really pull things back.
yeah,
Like the
Aye.
quotes, I've got a few quotes to do, but the list is as long as my arm. But I'm just like, no, it can wait.
I get
yeah.
to them eventually, yeah.
See, that's what I'm like
Yeah.
tomorrow. I've got a few quotes to do tomorrow, but I'm waiting until my new phone comes. They can wait.
So,
Priorities.
if people are interested, Joanne and myself and Baz are actually attending the Scottish Painting Decorating Show. It's in 2 weeks' time with this episode airing,
Yeah.
or it's 11 days' time of this episode airing. So it'll be on the 27th of
March.
March that I can't remember where. Google Scottish Paint and Decorating Show.
Do you know what though? Have you been on the website? Because
Westerwood.
it's
West
not
is it
actually on the website, is it? Is it? Because
it's
I've
Westerwood.
checked
Westerwood Golf
West,
Spa Resort or something.
it's on your thing you made, Baz. It's in
my
Glasgow and
poster.
it's
I
on
know where it is. I just
Aye.
mean on the Scottish website. It only comes with the Scottish Painting and Decorating website. It only comes up with the Decorating Show 2025.
right.
Oh.
It's it if you're driving to Edinburgh, you're going to the wrong place. It's definitely
Yeah.
Glasgow on the side. So, I don't go to Edinburgh. Anybody
Yeah.
that's watching.
The Westerwood Hotel in Glasgow,
Aye.
innit?
Yeah.
Joanne, for me, can I just say thank you very much for giving us the time of day to come on and hear a nice chat with us, and it's been a pleasure. And I finally got to speak to you without being nervous or shy. So I feel like no, just to learn loads of stuff off you. Well, not just to learn loads of stuff off you for the last 5-6 years, and tonight that I've actually managed to build up the courage to actually speak to you. So
You're not going to blank us at the Scottish, are you?
I know, I was just going to say that. You walk straight past you. March 27th. Oh, shit, there's Joe. Right, let's walk
too,
past.
too nervous, John here. You'll just get a photo for a distance with me, like a selfie for a distance.
Blurry selfie, just your forehead.
With
And
the
an arrow
caption,
point, an arrow
there's
point
Joe
in
who
the
came
thumbnail.
on the podcast.
Well, we red circle.
Luckily,
No,
your
it's
phone
been
will be
honestly
powered by AI, so it'll be able to edit her in.
My new phone. I'm also getting a new phone, by the way. We're no sponsored by Samsung though yet.
I didn't even say the brand, Sean. No,
No,
and
it's
from
been
me,
a pleasure.
we really do appreciate you coming on, taking your time to come on, because obviously watching you grow and seeing all your stuff on social media, seeing the absolutely fantastic work you do, it really
Very
means a
much.
lot. You took time to actually come on, when you didn't have to.
And the
No, no
social,
problem at all.
by the way, is Joanne Hay Decorating on everything, I believe, in it. YouTube, TikTok,
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook. So
Yeah.
obviously, if you're watching our podcast, you're 99% following Joanne because she's massive. Is there anything you would like to add before we let you go?
No, just thank you to yous as well. I appreciate what yous are doing as well with this podcast. And it's nice to see people just relating to each other and
Yeah.
finding that connection and networking with everyone.
Yeah.
So I just wish everyone all the best, and I hope to. My messages are always open as well for people if they want to drop us a message. I know there's a lot that I haven't spoken to, and if they are dealing with the social media stuff, then by all means drop us a message. I'd be happy to
Brilliant.
chat.
Thank you. Right. I've been Baz, that's been Sean. This has been the Decorators Den. Catch us every Monday at 7 PM. Remember to go and buy a Specco paintbrush.